Parker 3. We can answer all these people. Working on the sound on the stream, the videotape as that pitch is hit in the air, left side, well out of play, and the count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sorry about that. We got the sound going here. Good job, Blake, getting that going. We had to reset up once again and didn't work. Wildcats will recap for you off. Here's a ball hit to the shortstop. He's going to throw Cam out at first. Good play. They had the infield in, and so Mikey could not advance home as Peyton Witter steps to the plate. Good play by the shortstop. John, our audio is working once again, so that's good. When we get to the halfway mark, or between innings here, I want you to recap what's happened to this point to let the listeners know. I know they see on the scoreboard we're up 1-0 as that pitch is down low. Mikey's at third right now. 1-0 elimination ball game. The winner to play Clarksville tomorrow at 2 o'clock Central Time here at Middle Tennessee State. Pitch hit in the air. Right center field, the right fielder over into center field. He can't make the play. It drops, and here comes Oak Ridge. Peyton Witter's going to go into second. The Wildcats have another run. The sun is beaming down on the right fielder, and he just couldn't make the play, and that is an RBI. We'll give him an RBI. I think the sun might have hindered his ability to see it, and it's 2-0 Oak Ridge.
Did that maybe tip off his glove, David? I couldn't quite see it out there.
It looked like it did, but it looked like he was having trouble with the sun the entire way. That's why I nicely gave him a double. So
I'll do the same in my scorebook.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll be nice.
Well, yeah, be nice. We'll see what Mr. Gary gave him down on the game changer if he's the one working it. But the Wildcats have put 2 on the board here on the top of the first. Richie Ferreira is the batter, runner at second. The pitch to Richie is outside, way outside, and the count is 1-0. Richie kind of struggled in that first ball game. I was talking to him before the ball game, and he said just got to refocus, got to reset, and I know Richie will do that today in the second game here against Green Hill out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee. The pitch to Richie is hit foul. Straight back to the screen, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Wildcats as we play here in the top of the first at Murfreesboro, Oakland, the state tournament. The Wildcats trying to win for the first time in program history back-to-back ball games at the state tournament. I was talking to some people, Lyron Birdwell, former assistant basketball coach at Oak Ridge, talking about that. He was totally surprised that Oak Ridge had not been as successful at the state tournament over the course of the years as good as Oak Ridge. Oh, great bunt by Richie Ferreira. He's going to throw and get him just in time. Nice idea by Richie. Got the bunt down, maybe just a little bit too hard, but a very successful top half of the first inning. John Ulrich, why don't you recap what happened?
So to lead off the game, Warren East had a deep fly out to left center field. And then Parker Free doubled on a high fly ball right down the right field line that fell in for a double. Mikey Teasley drove the ball over the right fielder's head for consecutive doubles, scoring the courtesy runner for Parker Free, number 11, Kipton Fagan. Cam Welch called out on a ground ball to short. Although a wild pitch in that at bat allowed Mikey to move to third. And then Peyton's graciously scored double allowed Mikey to score from third.
Yeah, look up on the scoreboard. It looks like they've got an error up there, but hey.
We're nice.
Hey, we're much nicer, and these are our guys.
Except to maybe the umpires, David.
Well, we'll see. We'll give them a chance here. Cy Stevens is warming up for the Wildcats. And, you know, Cy's been basically the third starter. Been starting the weekday games for the most part. Looking for the pitching statistics in front of me. Cy, this will be his 8th game that he's started. He's pitched in a total of 9 games. He's pitched 37 2/3 innings for the Wildcats, and he has a 6-0 record coming into this one. And that's what you like to hear. He's a big left-hander, and you know,
on a good day, Cy's going to be right around 84, 85 with his fastball, which moves a lot like a cutter. For those who don't know, a cutter is kind of a mix between a slider and a fastball. Or it's basically kind of a hard slider that moves a little bit less. And he's got a really sharp breaking ball that he pairs with that. So,
like I said, he's 6-0 on the year. I think one of the more memorable games that I have, and this was last year, I think we were up in Kingsport, and he had a really good performance in that kind of cold, rainy game. As that pitch is a called strike, and Cy's work on the mound is underway. Gabe Gray, the shortstop, is the leadoff man. 2-0 Oak Ridge over Green Hill. Green Hill making their first ever appearance at the state tournament. There's another called strike on a breaking pitch, and the count is 0-2.
Good breaking ball there from Cy Stevens. Catch the outside corner.
Once again, a good turnout of Oak Ridge fans have stayed around to watch this one. And that pitch is right down the turnpike, straight down the middle, and that is 3 pitches and a strikeout, and Gabe Gray is out number 1. And the batter now will be the second baseman, Grayson Beasley.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Gray was looking at. To us, that looked like it was about as middle center cut as a fastball can be. So
yeah, I don't know. I guess he thought maybe it was low, but it couldn't. Not a better pitch. That ball is hit to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Might go for more than one. He takes the wide turn, but Richie gets over to it quickly and gets a nice throw back in, holding him to a single. But opposite field hit, and the first base runner of the day for the Hawks. Batter now will be the right fielder, Joey Greenstreet. In the game played just a couple hours ago, Clarksville just put it on Green Hill. It was a run rule game after 5. It was 13 or 14 to 2.
Final score ended up being 15-2. I can check here in a minute.
Yeah, I mean,
it was not pretty.
We were here watching it, and I just kind of quit watching after it was getting to double digits. But so they've got a runner at first. Representing the tying run is the man at the plate. The ball hit to the third baseman, Mikey Teasley. There's one at second. The throwback not in time to get the double play, but they do get the lead man as Beasley is retired at second base for the second out of the inning. And they have a runner at first on the fielder's choice, and the batter will be Nick Owens.
Now batting the center fielder, number 20, Nick Owens.
Owens plays center field for the Hawks. Cy Stevens, as I mentioned in the first ball game and several other games this year, he's going to be playing college ball next year at Walter State. Great junior college baseball program. That pitch just maybe a little bit above the belt, and the count is 1-0.
Yeah, it was 2 at-bats in a row that the outcome happened on the first pitch. So these Green Hill batters are looking pretty aggressive here to start the game.
Ball is hit in the air on the infield. Cam Welch looks at his dugout. He's heading in that direction. Makes the catch for out number 3. Staggered a bit. I think he was very concerned about there's a fence in front of the Oak Ridge dugout. He looked at it twice, kept his eye on the ball each time when he looked up, and kind of staggered back and made the catch over the back of his shoulder, and that's out number 3.
Great quick inning there from Cy Stevens. Got all 3 outs on 7 pitches, David.
So we go to the top half of the first inning. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge in the state tournament for only the 4th time in school history, and a timeout between innings. And let's take a quick break. We'll send it back to our engineer, Blake Woody. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Fox Insurance Group believes your business deserves the expertise of a local insurance agent. With business insurance from Todd Fox at Fox Insurance Group and Encova Insurance, you can make sure your business stays up and running no matter what happens. If you own a business, make sure it's fully protected by contacting Fox Insurance Group. Visit www.grayfoxins.com or call 865-482-0513.
Welcome back once again to you knew exactly what I wanted from you, John.
Yep.
It's hard for me to tweet. I've told you this yesterday, I think. Alex Myers, when he does football with me, he does not like to do color. When I'm in Atlanta, he likes to do the play-by-play, and he doesn't have to do my tweets. But I always hand my phone off. It's hard to do 2 things at the same time, as Noah Wood leads things off for the Wildcats. We'll see what Noah did in the first ball game as he steps in, leadoff man. And he takes a pitch on the outside half of the plate. Noah in the first game was hit by a pitch, scored a run, walked and scored a run, and was out first base unassisted. So good day for the Wildcat shortstop. The pitch to him is hit to right field. Will it stay fair? No, just probably about 10 feet or so outside the line on the right field side. And the count remains at 0-2. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the top half of the second inning, live here from...
I think Ben George had a few words for you about your tweets.
Oh, yeah, Ben's had to do it before too. Anybody who sits next to me has had to do my Twitter. Here's the 2-strike pitch to Noah. That's a little bit outside. Catcher had set up outside, and quite apparent the way where he set up, he was not going to get a called strike that way. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Noah hits the ball weakly off the foul hit him in foul territory, and he'll come back. He's having to walk it off just a bit. The shortstop, he's still kind of limping around. I'm surprised the umpire's not giving him a little bit more time. He stretches it out. Of course, you know, if you were playing on a dirt field, the umpire would kind of take some time and dust off the plate and give him a little bit more time. But this artificial turf, there's no dirt to wipe off.
Yeah, the home plate is just painted in the turf, and it's. I mean, you could maybe try to clear off the little rubber pellets, but I don't think you'd have much success.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Noah back in. 2-0 Wildcats in the second. Pitch, cut on and missed. And that is a strikeout, and that is strikeout number 1 for Liam Bowles. And the batter now will be Carson Fagan.
Left fielder number 5, Carson Fagan.
Carson has not had any at-bats in the first 2 ball games here at the state tournament. And he is batting today as he plays the left field position. Righty against righty. The pitch to him is, I guess, a little bit low, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Wildcats put 2 on the board in the first inning. The Hawks pick up the base runner. That ball is hit well, but foul. That ball almost has home run distance. It bounces about maybe 10 feet in front of the wall. Probably went about 300 feet, but well foul. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. State tournament baseball. I almost said basketball again, John. I'm so used to doing basketball. But state tournament, only 8 teams from this classification make it each and every year. And one of them's already been eliminated at this site. And obviously we'll check some other scores of the other ones going on over at Siegel High School. As that ball is hit foul again over towards Oakland High School. Location of this. Kind of disappointing. We heard in the first ball game that the state championship game will not be played at Middle Tennessee. It'll be here at Oakland. As that pitch is cut on a miss, that's back-to-back strikeouts. As Carson goes down for the second down in the inning, the batter will be the second baseman, the number 9 hitter in Coach Travis Free's lineup, Whit Reniger.
Whit Reniger's been pretty hot so far in the few games that they've played in the state tournament. He's got 3 hits, I believe, all singles, but they all were in some sort of run-scoring inning for the Wildcats. So he's really been done a good job setting a table for the top of this Wildcat order.
He hits that ball foul over towards their batting cage, their indoor batting facility. It's a beautiful facility here at Oakland baseball-wise. Look, their football field, surprisingly as good as Oakland is in football, is basically an average field, but their baseball facility is nice. Of course, I guess it doesn't matter what your field looks like when you're winning state championships in football. As Whit takes the ball, the even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. We're in the second inning in a 2-0 ball game, Oak Ridge. Cut on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still have a good turnout of fans here. Winston Russell still in attendance. We got a nice visit with him before the game. 1-2 pitch, hit well to right field. It's going to drop in front of the right fielder. And, you know, I don't know the kid in right field, but I think that is a position that we can exploit, because he's made a couple, if he plays here, and that one he could have caught it if he made an effort, but I guess he didn't want the ball to get behind him, and it's a single.
I was say that right there, that might be another instance where he's not able to see the ball very well.
Yeah, like I said, the sun is beating down right. It's kind of like Bobby Hopkins late in the afternoon. The sun just right towards right field. As Warren East steps in, Warren flew out deep to left field back in the first inning. Reniger is the base runner. Go ahead, John.
I think we definitely have the advantage as Reniger slides back into first safely. I definitely think we have the advantage in the field and right field, as Rishi Ferreira is much more used to the sun at Bobby Hopkins, a really high sky there. So it should be looking good for the Wildcats out in right field today.
Warren back in, yet to take a pitch. Here it comes. Hit on the ground, third base side, 1 bounce. He's going to have to throw hard. He does in time to retire Warren East. Warren grounds out to third, and he's 0 for 2 in the ball game, and Wildcats pick up a base hit from the freshman, and they leave him stranded. We go to the bottom half of the second inning here at the state tournament. The Wildcats on top of Green Hill, 2-0, and we'll be back to Murfreesboro Oakland High School following this timeout.
Please call Dr. Paul Sluha at 865-382-1797. MacArthur Animal Hospital is proud to support some other cats too. MacArthur Animal Hospital, proudly serving the Oak Ridge area. 482-1797.
Hello, this is Jim Norman, proud member of the 1979 Oak Ridge Wildcat football team. And I, along with my wife Mary and sons, former Wildcats James Norman and Elliot Norman, would like to wish the Wildcats a very successful season.
Jim Normand is a partner in another long tradition of excellence, the law firm of Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand, PLLC, and Joyce, Meredith, Flitcroft, and Normand Title Services, a full-service law firm in Oak Ridge for nearly 70 years. Give Jim a call at 482-2486.
David Clary, John Ulrich, along with Blake Woody back here at Oakland High School. Wildcats on top 2-0 as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. And leading things off for the Hawks will be Logan Barney. Logan is the left fielder for the Green Hill Hawks, and he takes a strike from Cy Stevens. Defensively for the Wildcats, the first baseman is Camden Welch. The second baseman is Whit Reniger. Noah Wood is in at shortstop. Mikey Teasley at third. Ball's ripped right to Mikey Teasley, who catches it on the line. Ball was hit right on the button, but right to Mikey, and that's out number one.
Yeah, good quick reaction there from Mikey. He made a similar play, but I would say a much better play in the sectional series to save a run to keep Science Hill at bay. But he's been solid at the hot corner all year. He's been solid everywhere all year, David, winning Mr. Baseball.
First baseman Jackson Hines steps in. I pointed out to you that I think they have like 3 different guys with Jackson in their name. Maybe I saw that wrong. They have Jackson Hines, Xander Jackson, and Jackson Crawford in their lineup. I don't know what that means, but
a lot of Jacksons.
Yeah, Jackson evidently a popular name in Mount Juliet, which I guess is fairly close to the Hermitage where Andrew Jackson was from, as the pitch is down low. Continuing on with the field players, left field, we've got Carson Fagan. Warren East is in center. Richie Ferreira is in right field, who's shielding his son. You can look, he's having trouble with that son. And Parker Free behind the plate for the Wildcats. The side comes in a little bit high. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Jackson Hines. Size 6-0 on the year. Pitch to the plate. Hit softly and foul on top of the Oak Ridge dugout. And the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-handed versus left-hander. The pitch is cut on a miss. Cy Stevens has a strikeout, and that is out number 2 here in the second inning. And the batter now will be the designated hitter, Xander Jackson. Xander wears the number 3. He looks down to his head coach down just beyond the third base coaching box. They are wearing predominantly gray jerseys with green pinstripes. Their numerals are green with white background. The Wildcats still wearing their pinstripes as well. Predominantly white jerseys with cardinal striping and cardinal Oak Ridge on the front, and the numerals in cardinal as well. There's a called strike, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike to Xander Jackson. This is the state tournament. One team has already been eliminated. John, if you would, kind of check Coach T and see as that ball is hit to the right side, and Richie almost thought about, and I've seen Richie do this before in right field. If he gets to it quickly, sometimes he tries to throw it to the first baseman, try to get them out before they get there, but that one had no shot, and that is the second hit of the ball game for Green Hill. And the batter, might have heard that over the PA, Grant Kruger, the catcher. He's the number 8 hitter in their lineup.
Yeah, the PA system seems much louder than it was earlier. I don't know if they turned it up.
I don't think that speaker was actually working tonight, last night or earlier today. So
I think I'm going deaf right now.
What?
Exactly.
Here's the pitch to the plate, hit foul on the right side once again. The count is 0-1. Green Hill just up the road at Mount Juliet, so they've got quite a few fans, but Oak Ridge has quite a few fans. Most people have stayed around. A lot of them from last night. We had a huge crowd last night, and a lot of them headed back to Oak Ridge. Of course, a lot of people kind of had reservations for hotel rooms. That the tournament was put back a full day, so it's kind of messed up a lot of people's plans. But hopefully we'll just continue on playing. Wildcats with a win would play again tomorrow against Clarksville. Here's the pitch. That's up high. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Last year in this game, the Wildcats opened up their tournament last year losing to Nolensville, and then had that early morning game. They'll come back to that as the ball is hit foul territory. It's going to go over the top of the Oak Ridge dugout and hits the top of the roof and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lost to Nolensville, who, and if you might not remember this, you probably do, John, because you're a study of baseball, but that Nolensville team was made up primarily of youngsters who won the Little League World Series years before. Nolensville, that group won the Little League World Series. Did you know that?
I did not know that, David.
Yeah, that was one of the cool facts. They didn't make the tournament this year, but that team, those guys, I think it was the junior class, won the Little League World Series, which was very cool. Wouldn't you have loved to have played in that game?
That would have been
the tournament.
That would have been a lot of fun, but I was not much of the baseball player at that age. I was more of a soccer kid that time, and then I came to my senses.
That pitch is outside by Cy Stevens. The count now looks like 2 balls and 2 strikes. We've got 2 outs here in the second inning in a 2-0 ball game. Number 8 hitter for Green Hill batting. Cy comes to the plate. That's low. Parker's taking a long look at the runner taking his lead off of first. Of course, now he's got a 3-2 count. So it's going to be a decision pitch right here. Side bounces on the mound, comes to the plate, cuts the inside corner, and that is strike 3. Good call by the umpire. The Green Hill people don't like it, but that was on the inside corner at the knees, and that is out number 3. Good pitch there by Cy.
Yeah, so far through the first 2 innings here, Cy's throwing good, but also I kind of like this guy behind the plate. I think he's got a pretty good zone.
Yeah, he's been very consistent with it. That is strikeout number 3 for Cy Stevens. He's catching a little flack from the Green Hill dugout. He's glaring in that direction. That was a really good pitch. I mean, we have a pretty good advantage basically right behind the plate, a little bit off to the side, but I mean, he caught the corner and it was right at knee level, and that is his 3rd strikeout. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. We are live at Oakland High School in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The Wildcats on top by a score of 2-0. Earlier today, the Wildcats knocked off the Blackman Blaze 6-1. That eliminates Blackman. Check on Coach T and see about some of those other scores at Siegel today.
If you give me just a minute here, I'll get some of those scores pulled up.
Okay, thank you. Wildcats in the 3rd inning will send to the plate Parker Free, Mikey Teasley, and Cam Welch. 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Wildcat lineup. Green Hill playing in their 2nd game as well today. Looks like we've got a Farragut score to tell you. That's the final score. So Farragut beats Siegel 1-0. So Siegel will drop down to the losers bracket game, and John's working on the next one. I believe the other teams involved are, I'm trying to remember, honestly. Where's the bracket? Here's the next score John has got for us. Independence obviously won, or is winning 3-1, or won 3-1 over Rossview. So I believe that means Rossview is out of the tournament. As Parker Free steps in for the Wildcats. The Wildcats on top 2-0. They scored 2 in the opening frame. And here's the pitch. That pitch is way outside, and it's 1 ball and no strike to start. Siegel on top of Independence 5-0 in that game. Is that a final?
It's in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Foul territory, hits the netting, bounces up into the stands, and Parker's got a 1 ball, 1 strike count.
That one was headed for our friend Emmett Branson over there.
Parker had a double his first time, kind of a Bluke double down the right field line.
I almost saw one yesterday. That's what David said. My hand still hurts.
Parker stands in, nobody out. Pitch, hit foul. Back to the screen once again. These double headers, they're rough on players, rough on camera guys.
I don't think he heard you.
He didn't. Ball's hit foul back to the screen, and Parker stays alive. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I was going through what happened a year ago. We lost that first game to Nolensville. Came back for the early morning game against Bradley Central. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Parker, cut on and missed. That is, let's see, 3 strikeouts in the last 4 batters for the Green Hill pitcher Liam Bowles. And the batter now will be Mikey Teasley. Mikey had a RBI double back in the 1st inning. Bradley Central won that ball game, came back and had to play Arlington and lost into their season. And you remember that very well, John.
Yeah, it was a tough loss in the nightcap, but that whole trip, just coming out here with the guys that I call brothers, it was a great time. So I know all these guys are enjoying this, and hoping to keep our streak alive.
Pitch a little high and tight to Mikey. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. That's John Ulrich doing our color. Has been with us the last several broadcasts as Richie takes one in the strike zone. Couldn't pull the trigger on that one. The count is 2-1. Bowles, big right-hander, working quickly, and he fires one just a bit outside. Umpire gave it a look, just a little bit off the plate. And Mikey ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Camden Welch, and now the umpire, I think he's tired of, he heard some jawing after his player struck out the last time, and he's walking all the way over to the dugout. Got really quiet except me. He has located the perpetrator, and he is having words with him. Nobody is talking except me and the umpire. In fact, the guy from Green Hill not saying a word. And that conversation, he started back to the home plate area and then returned back to talk to that assistant coach. Got to control the game, and he did.
Yeah, that pitch may have been a little bit close, but it was.
I think he was talking. He's more upset about the strike 3 call on their batter at the end, because that was a borderline pitch, and they were chirping at him at the end of that inning. Mikey back in, 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch hit on the ground in the hole, deep short. Mikey's fast. Here's the throw. It's in time, and Mikey Teasley, Mr. Baseball, is retired for out number 2. So after a shaky first inning, John, Bowles has really settled down.
Yeah, he had a four batter second inning, through 9 pitches, and so far has gotten 2 pretty quick outs here in the top of the 3rd.
Here's Cam Welch batting, 2 outs, nobody aboard. 3rd inning, 2-0 Oak Ridge. The pitch to Cam is high and outside. Cam grounded out to short back in the 1st inning. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. There's a called strike at the knees. Outer half of the plate. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Mike Sheehan listening to our broadcast today. Hope Mike's doing well. His sister is here. There's a called strike on the outer half of the plate, and maybe a little off the plate there, but close enough. He's been very consistent. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cam back in, the wind. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hits it on the ground to the pitcher. He fields it and underhands it over to first in time for out number 3. So 3 up and 3 down for the Wildcats here in the 3rd inning. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd. Live from Murfreesboro, Oakland High School. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge on top 2-0. We'll be back in a moment.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Ask me, Nathan Miser, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Washboard Wash and Fold offers services other laundry services can't do. Hotels, restaurants, and vacation rentals use our service for their linens, towels, etc. Our turnaround time is 24 to 48 hours, which frees up your time to attend to other business matters. Don't attempt to handle your laundry on your own when Washboard Wash and Fold is here to service your needs. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., and we're closed on Sundays. Don't forget our after-hours drop-off shoot. We're located at 113 Robertsville Road. Try us out today.
David Clary, John Ulrich, along with Blake Woody back here at Murfreesboro Oakland High School. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jackson Crawford, the number 9 hitter in the Green Hill lineup, is the leadoff man. He plays 3rd base. The pitch to him is low and inside. Green Hill starting to make a little noise. over in their dugout on the third base side. Might hear them to our left. The Wildcats a little bit more quiet to the right. Ball's hit on the ground to Cy. He can't get to it. Fielded nicely by Mikey, and he zips it on to first using that great arm of his. I thought when the ball got past Cy that it was going to be hit, but Mikey comes to the rescue and fires a BB.
He made that look like a really easy play, David.
Yes, he did.
That is not at all an easy play. The beautiful sidearm throw over to first to get the first out of the inning here.
Back to the top of the order we go to Gabe Gray. Pitch is a little bit high. And the count is 1-0. There's one out here in the third, 2-0 Oak Ridge. Ball kind of eludes Cy, and big burly senior. I don't know if burly's the right word. He's a big boy. I don't know if Cy ever played football in his career, but he could have. He's a big guy.
I think he could. I don't know what all the different builds based on positions are, but I think he could be a good linebacker or a running back.
He's a big boy. And you, on the other hand, you would have been probably a
punter.
Okay, that's a good one. Ball is hit foul off to the right, even count, 1-1 strike. Breaking pitch, I believe, comes in a little bit high and tight, and the count is 2-1. So the leadoff man, he was a strikeout victim looking his first time. Cy working quickly, a little high and inside. Now it's 3-1 strike.
I may have been a kicker too. I hit a 40-yarder in tennis shoes.
I remember that actually.
I think I was at Clinton.
I remember that actually.
I'm pretty proud of that.
Here's the pitch, cut on and foul tip back to the screen. And we got a full count now, 3-2 strikes. The winner advances to play tomorrow at, I think it's 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time against Clarksville. And whoever wins that game has to beat Clarksville twice to advance to the championship ball game on Saturday. Pitch, inside corner, called strike 3. Once again, freezes him on the inside half of the plate. And he has been absolutely consistent with that call. So there shouldn't be any argument from either side because he has been absolutely consistent with that.
Yeah, and that looked like it caught the corner of the plate too. It didn't look like it was really in at all. It was a good pitch there from Cy to get the strike 3 looking.
Here's Grayson Beasley stepping in with 2 outs. He had a single his first time. How many strikeouts is that now for Cy?
That is Cy's 4th strikeout of the ball game.
There's a pitch perhaps a little bit low, and the count is now 2-0 strikes. Greenhill making a lot of noise to our left. Sorry, Mike. 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody aboard. Pitch, hit on the ground. Mikey Teasley, funny hop, has to throw hard, and he does in time for out number 3.
Boy, is it fun to watch him throw that ball across the diamond.
You knew as soon as he made the catch, on the weird hop that kind of took a kind of a spin behind the bag at third, that he was going to unleash it, and he did to retire the base runner going down the first base line. So that ends the third, 3 up and 3 down. For Cy Young, we go to the top of the 4th inning. It's 2-0 Oak Ridge.
Cy Young, that's a big compliment, David.
Yeah. I mean, I could call him Cy Stevens. That's his real name, but Cy Young, we had a Cy Young winner on our team last year. When was the last time the Mets had a Cy Young award winner? Was that DeGrom?
18-19 DeGrom.
Yeah, I knew that's your guy right there.
Sadly not with us, not with the Mets anymore, but I still love him. I still love watching him pitch.
Let's talk about these first 3 innings here. Cy's obviously been very effective for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge had a big inning in the first inning, but since that time, Bowles, their pitcher, has really settled down.
Yeah, he's really starting to find the strike zone. Got a quick last 2 innings, so it looks like Bowles is starting to find his groove, and if the Wildcats want to win this game, Cy's going to have to keep throwing it good, and they might have to find a little bit more offense. So.
We go to the top of the 4th inning, 2-0 Wildcats. As I mentioned, the winner has to play Clarksville. Go ahead, John. You had something to say?
This is incoming information from my dad, Coach Ulrich. The pitcher on the mound, Bowles for Greenhill, is the same pitcher that started against us in the when we played Greenhill in Alabama last year.
Yeah, that was not a pretty sight in that one. Who started in that game for us? Do you remember?
I believe it was Cheeto.
Okay.
I think it was his first start of the year. So.
Okay. Here comes
Still
Peyton.
knocking off the rest in that game.
Peyton Witter stands in for the Wildcats. Leadoff man here in the fourth, sporting that brand new bat that we talked about yesterday, and I'll rehash that story if you didn't hear it. He hits the ball to right field. This could be an adventure. The ball is deep in the right side. He does make the play, though, for out number one. Yesterday during batting practice before the game with Clarksville, he broke his aluminum bat right off at the knob at the bottom of the bat. And his dad, right before the game, had to go and buy him a brand new bat. And those things aren't cheap, but he picked up a home run yesterday with that brand new bat. But there he flies out to right field. Here's Richie, takes the ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, a lot of times bat manufacturers will give you a warranty, especially if it's a metal bat and it snaps like that. So
Richie swings through that one. Bowles has really settled down here. I mean, the first inning, it looked like he might not survive, but he's been good since the first inning. Richie back in. 1-1 count. That one's way outside. In the right-hander's batter's box. And it's 2-1. Richie will be followed by Noah Wood. Ball hit off the end of the bat. Foul. Back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Line drive, almost takes out his head coach, Travis Free, down in the third base coaching box area. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the fourth inning, 2-0 Wildcats. Oak Ridge won their earlier game 6-1 over Blackman. Pitch. Richie takes one inside. And the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Green Hill's not very far away. I mentioned it's in Mount Juliet, a new school, founded 2020. First appearance of the state tournament. Pitch, hit off the end of the bat, foul once again. Coach Branson and I were talking about this is Oakland High School, the red, white, and blue O's that are down on the field. That's pretty sharp looking. I'm not so much on the advertisements, but I guess they had to pay the bills somehow. But I like the O's on the field for Oakland.
Yeah, and I thought they may have used those O's as an on-deck circle, but
that's kind of close. There's ball 4 to Richie. Pitch sails high, and I believe that might be the first walk of the ball game for Bowles. The Wildcats have a base runner, and the batter is Noah Wood. Noah was a strikeout victim his only time at bat. He glances up at Coach Free, who flashes the play, and Noah looks at his wristband. I'll ask you about that. And how many different things are on that wristband, and how often does it change? Does it stay the same the entire year?
I'm not the one to ask about that, David.
I know you only got maybe
no
2
idea.
at-bats last year.
I was a pitcher. I didn't hit.
I think didn't you get 2 at-bats last year?
Not last year.
Was that the year before?
Yeah. Richie
draws a throw over at first. Weren't you 1 for 2 or something like that?
Yeah, I hit 500.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't hit me more. Actually, the hit that I got was off the Southern Conference Pitcher of the Year this year. Brady Frederick. I figured I learned that the other day. So
Noah back in. Richie not going. Goes back to the bag. That pitch is outside of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes. There's Mike Kelly right behind us. Coach Branson. We got a couple of football guys with us on this beautiful day in Murfreesboro. Richie Ferreira takes his lead off of first. Noah back in. He draws the throw once again. Wildcats in the first game, and this is for those who are familiar with Oak Ridge baseball, I think they only had 1 stolen base the entire game, which is so rare. Sometimes they get double digits in stolen bases, just not the opportunities. Pitchers are better sometimes here at the state, obviously. Richie not going. Ball's hit to right field. Right fielder is not going to catch it. It drops in front of him for a base hit. So the Wildcats will have runners at first and second. Noah Wood with a 1-out single, and the Wildcats have 2 on with 1 out.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Noah there, just driving the ball the other way and for the base hit. With now the Wildcats have guys on first and second with 1 out.
Here's Carson Fagan stepping in. Carson 0 for 1 in this tournament. This is game number 3 for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge could use some insurance. Cy is pitching well, but as we saw in the opening game yesterday, no lead is safe. You're in the final 8 in the state. You've got a good baseball team. As a pitch to Carson is outside. Good stop again by the catcher. We've seen some really good catching by the teams we've played. Clarksville, obviously Oak Ridge. Last night Blackman's catcher was good, and today as well. Just keeping the ball in front of them. Not allowing the Wildcat runners to advance as Carson is ahead. 1 ball and no strikes. Hard hit ball once again. Coach Free in harm's way. He picks up his right foot and avoids a contusion. How's your hand, by the way, after last night?
It's all right. It hurts a little bit, but if I actually caught the ball, I don't think it would hurt at all. But
yeah, I would agree with that, but you didn't, and now it's too late. 1 ball, 1 strike. Timeout is asked for by Carson. Carson will be followed by Whit Reniger. Whit had a single his first time. Carson 0 for 1 in the ball game. Was hit for in the last 2 ball games. He has started both of them, but had a hitter for him. The pitch, high and tight, and the count is 2-1. Richie Ferreira, your base runner for the Wildcats at second. Down at first, Oak Ridge's Noah Wood. Wildcats up 2-0 as they bat in the 4th inning. Carson, transfer from Texas. His little brother Kip also on the team. Big lead at second. The pitch to Carson. He takes a strike on the inner half of the plate, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball hit foul. Once again, past Coach Travis Free. 7th year as the head coach. This team this year winning the most games in program history. I got a text last night from a member of that 1972 team. And John, you and I were talking about this last night about, obviously it's a great record to have the most wins, but the 1972 team that made the state tournament only played 12 games that entire year. So that's as Richie's going to draw a throw, and this time he's not too far off the bag. Richie has a tendency to kind of wander a little bit. And that time he drew the throw, but he wasn't that far off the bag. Carson Fagan back in. He's got a 2 ball, 2 strike count on him. 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Wildcats on top 2-0. Trying to reach Friday of the state tournament. Be one of the final 4 teams in the state if they do so. Timeout is asked for by Carson. Carson hit his first, maybe only home run of the year against Halls in the first district ball game of the year over at Halls. I remember that very well. 2-2 pitch to him. Low, ball 3. Carson is a slender junior, I believe. His brother Kipton is a freshman, also a member of the Oak Ridge football team. His brother is. Carson just a baseball guy. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on for the Wildcats. Carson back in, the pitch to him. That's ball 4, and the Wildcats have the bases loaded. And Whit Reniger is going to come to the plate. And Bowles, the pitcher, is asking the umpire, where was that pitch? Was it inside? Was it low? Was it outside? The umpire didn't respond to him. Good at bat there for Carson, and now we're going to have a conference on the mound. That's one thing that John is very particular about. He does not like when he misses one pitch. He's looking very hard on his scorebook. He's missed one pitch in 3 games, and he's upset about it.
I've gone back through the whole game on Game Changer. Every at-bat pitch by pitch agrees with what I have down. But somewhere I'm missing one pitch or I don't know how to do math.
I am so sorry for you.
I'm an engineering major, so
Yeah,
that's a little bit
I
of a problem.
You're one of those guys. The conversation has concluded.
David, I found it. It is I don't know how to do math.
What was it? Where was it?
Beginning of this inning, it was a one pitch fly out for Peyton Witter, and I just wrote down the same amount of pitches as last inning ended. So,
Infield is in for Green Hill. Bases are loaded. Freshman Whit Reniger is the batter. He had a single his last time. Swings and he misses, and the count is 0-1.
according to my math, 47 plus 1 is 47.
Well, you know, you are an engineer in Alabama. One strike the count, the pitch. That's down low, a ball. Good stop again by the catcher, keeping it from going back to the brick wall behind the home plate area. Lead runner is Richie Ferreira. Wildcats have runners at all over, with Carson Fagan being at first. Bases full of Wildcats. 1-1 pitch to Witt is hit on the ground. One hop. They might turn two. It's going to be a bang-bang play, and he does. Double play. Ball was hit not real hard, but it was perfectly placed. The second baseman was kind of cheating a little bit over towards the bag at second. The ball went right to him, and they got the double play, and that ends the Wildcat threat. So good job of pitching by Bowles. He loads the bases, and a double play ends the inning. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. The Wildcats still holding on to a 2-0 lead over the Green Hill Hawks. And we'll be back to Murfreesboro, Oakland in a minute.
Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is proud to be a family and locally owned, full-service pre-owned car dealership. You have the option to take your vehicle anywhere for collision repairs, and we will work with your insurance company. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is a Napa Care Center, and our service department is here for all your automotive maintenance and repair needs. Our rental fleet offers a variety of vehicles, from economy cars to passenger vans. Get your next in at Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Elizabeth Beard, ORHS, Class of 2001. Check out our inventory online 24/7 at sextonautos.com.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Ugh, come on, seriously?
This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get with someone who can actually help. Contact me, Agent Laura Lynn Green, today.
David Clary back here along with John Ulrich. We also have Blake Woody with us, James Branson, as well as his young son Emmett. Coach Mike Kelly behind us as well. We got a good turnout of fans live here at Oakland High School. State tournament. It's only the fourth time in the history of the program. I was going back and looking at some of the history. The only other times the Wildcats until last year, 1971 and 1972. Wildcats. Oak Ridge has never won two consecutive games at the state tournament. They're trying to do that today if they can knock off this Green Hill team. A lot of baseball to be played. Sai so far pitching a shutout. His team put two on the board for him in the first inning to lead 2-0. And the pitch is a ball. And we're underway once again in the bottom of the fourth inning. I believe this is the number 4 hitter in their lineup. I'll ask John as that pitch is low and inside. I didn't write the numbers down. Is this the number 4 hitter or the number 3 hitter? Number 3 hitter. So this is Joey Greenstreet. He reached on a fielder's choice. His first time. He's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Hits a soft line drive, which is going to fall in the left field. Carson Fagan fields it and brings it in. So it's a leadoff single. Good start for Green Hill in the fourth inning. Actually, yes, as Nick Owens is the batter. That is the number 3 hitter. Nick Owens, well, let's see, what did he do? He popped out to foul territory to Cam Welch his first time. Bats from the right side. Runner at first, the pitch. Nice looking pitch, breaking pitch in there for a called strike. 2-0 Oak Ridge. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. It's been a long day of baseball. Throw over to first and easily back to the bag. He hadn't taken a very big lead off the bag. Cam holding him on. Cam Welch playing first base. Peyton Witter played first in the first game. Pitch from Cy, breaking pitch hit foul. Hits the light pole and bounces back in and drops into foul territory. And the count is 0-2. Scoreboard says 1-1. Pitch. That's up high. Parker once again looks down to first. Parker's not afraid to throw it down any base. He picked a guy off at second earlier today in the Blackman ball game. He's glared down at first. It's kind of a short lead at first. Left-handed pitcher, kind of hard to steal on. That breaking pitch stays up high. And the count is 2-2. Let's see if he changes it up. No, scoreboard says 3-1. Well, it's 2-2. You gotta see it now. Pitch, high and tight. Cy throwing hard, but out of the strike zone. Now we've got a full count. Don't want to walk this guy. Owens, the number 4 hitter in their lineup. Goes over to first and back to the bag he goes. Green Hill lost today in their game to Clarksville in a very, very lopsided game. Clarksville, good baseball team, as we found out last night, beating Oak Ridge 5-4. Pitch, hit on the ground softly. Mikey Teasley, they've got one at second. Here's the throwback. Not in time. They get the lead runner, though, and he is called out. Mikey, the ball wasn't hit that hard. It was going to be tough to get the double play, but they do get the lead runner, and that is out number 1.
Barney so far today has lined out to Mikey.
Right-handed hitter. Yeah, that ball was tagged when he hit it. I mean, it went right to Mikey, but the ball was hit. Hardest hit ball of the day, honestly. Big lead at first. The pitch, that's a ball. Bounces away about a foot or so away from Parker Free, but no damage done. Runner staying put. Looks like we have a new runner now at first. That's the guy who just had the fielder's choice. Yeah. Watch the game, Dave. I mean, that's all I got to do is just pay attention to what's going on. Good lead at first, though. Cy comes in. He wanted to swing. He did not. Takes ball 2. Cy's control a little bit off here in this inning. Hasn't given up much at all. Nothing's really been hit hard except this young man hit the scorcher to Mikey, as John mentioned. 1 out. 2-0 pitch. Hit once again to Mikey. Fields it on the short hop. He can't come up with it. It's a fair ball. Tried to get it on the short hop. The ball was not hit that hard. In probably in hindsight, if he lets it go, it might have gone foul. But Mikey with that arm, he thinks he can throw out anybody, but just couldn't come up with it cleanly. And they've got runners at first and second. I'll give him a hit. It would have been a tough play. Jackson Hines, the batter, he was a strikeout victim. So Cy, probably his biggest issue of the game. 2 on, 1 out. Pitch, a little bit of the belt, and the count is 1-0. Coming into this game, Cy's pitched 37 2/3 innings total on the year. He's 6-0. 1-0 pitch, 2 balls and no strikes. See Coach Ball kind of Ansley kind of walking around in the dugout. He's the pitching coach for the Wildcats. Sees his big senior fall behind. 2 balls and no strikes. Close ball game. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 on. 2-0 Wildcats as Green Hill bats in the 4th inning. Pitch. That's ball 3. And 1 pitch away from loading the bases. The guy on deck is Xander Jackson, who had a single his last time. If he takes the bat off his shoulders, I'll be very surprised. But baseball has changed a great deal since I first started watching it. He takes ball 4. There's a little low and outside, so full-blown miss here in the 4th inning. Bases full of Hawks. from Green Hill, and now Coach Ball will take the long walk out of the dugout to talk to his senior pitcher.
Yeah, 4-pitch walk has been very unlike Cy so far today. He's been really attacking the zone, but just kind of lost it there for a minute. We'll see if he can rein it back in after the mound visit from Coach Ball.
It's 1 out in the inning. Let's see. I don't think they credited Mikey with an error looking up on the scoreboard. It's kind of hard to read. They did not. It's kind of a little short hop just right up the third base line, and he just couldn't come up with it cleanly. What do you think Coach Ball is saying right now to Cy?
My guess would be just take a breath, trust your stuff, trust your defense, and you'll get out of this jam. So just trying to give Cy a quick break, catch his breath, then keep going after these hitters.
2-0 Wildcats, but they have the bases loaded. Xander Jackson, the designated hitter, is the batter. He's not a very tall guy, but he's very, very stout, wearing number 3. Xander had a single his last time. Sports a kind of a big orange bat, and a black handle. The pitch to him is low and inside. 5 straight out of the zone for Cy Stevens. No action in the Oak Ridge bullpen right now. This is Cy's ball game. Of course, pitch down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Kind of lost his release point. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Infield is in on the grass at first with Cam Welch. Mikey staying even with the bag. 2-0 pitch. There's a called strike on the inside half of the plate at the knees, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Bases full of Hawks. 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Just barely missed that time. You can probably hear the Hawk. I think he is 2-2. Thank you, John. I looked up there. I was paying attention to the board. It is 2-2. Long conversation between the coach, and I don't know if he missed a sign or what, but whatever the sign is, he has it now. Face to face. Word of mouth. Much easier as he walks all the way up to the third base coaching box, and now back in the batter's box he goes, batting with the bases loaded. Steps out of the box now.
Just waiting for the umpire here. Umpire was, I think, fixing his lineup card or something. I don't know. He had his mask off.
Play is halted once again. Trying to disrupt Cy. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe that's what the conversation was about. Kind of get him a little bit off his rhythm. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ridge fans kind of squirming a little bit in their seats down below us and above us in this beautiful facility here at Oakland High School. Cy Stevens, 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground, right back to him. They've got one. No, they don't. They don't have any. The bases were loaded. I'm surprised that Cy didn't come home and get the force out. That would have been the easy play. I think he wanted to go for the double play, but instead of going home, he went to second and overthrew the bag, and the bases remain loaded, and it's 2-1.
Nobody was at the bag when he was ready to throw it. Noah was still coming over from short, and Witt was still coming over to actually back up the throw from second. So,
yeah, little mental mistake there by Cy. 2-1 the score. Ball is hit foul off to the right side. That was an easy one. He had to come off the mound, made a nice play, and went to try to get the double play started at second, but probably should have come home to get that force. But, you know, it's easier for us to say that when we're up here as that pitch is hit foul again. Off to the right side. It's 2-1 Wildcats now, but they still have the bases loaded with only 1 out. Cy ahead in the count now. Who is this batting again, John? I've lost my place.
This is the catcher, Kruger.
Okay. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time to pitch. That's outside the ball. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Green Hill trails Oak Ridge 2-1. They've loaded the bases. Cy has the sign from Parker, now steps off the rubber. Full-blown jam here. Kruger is the number 8 hitter in their lineup. Jackson Crawford is on deck. Si's got 2 strikes. He's got, well, that he has called that all night. Low and inside. It hit the inside half of the plate, but called the ball.
That may have been a little bit low, but that was definitely really close call.
2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Cut on a miss. Got him anyways. Strike 3 swinging. And that's the second time that Kruger has struck out today. And the number 9 hitter now is Jackson Crawford. They have played it a run. Crawford steps in. He grounded out to Mikey his last time. Number 9 hitter in their lineup. Big, tall player wearing number 10 in their gray jerseys with green pinstripes. Bases full of Hawks. Cy Stevens has given up 1 run here in the 4th. And pitch is hit foul. Back to the screen, and the count is 0-1. You probably hear Coach Free yelling out to his fielders. Carson's kind of shallow in left field. Warren a little bit more deeper in right. Richie a little shallow, shielding his son from the sun. That pitch a little bit outside. And the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs now here in the 4th. 1 run in, 2-1. Oak Ridge on top of Green Hill. Wildcats making their 4th ever appearance of the state tournament. Green Hill making their 1st. Pitch, cut on a missed. Good live pitch that time, and Cy Stevens ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oak Ridge fans trying to encourage Cy get through this inning. He's labored a little bit. Number 9 hitter, bases loaded. 1-2 pitch. Parker held it there, but it was outside. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cy on the hill. Back on the rubber, sporting those, I guess, orange or kind of pinkish shoes. 2-2 pitch. Called, strike 3, go, sit down. Have a seat. That ends the threat here in the 4th inning. That is out number 3. Froze him with a beautiful pitch.
Great job by Cy Stevens, finding his rhythm again and working himself out of a really big jam there as he limits the damage to 1 run with 2 strikeouts to finish the frame.
So we go to the top of the 5th inning. Oak Ridge still in the lead, but it's a 1-run game. 2-1 our score. We'll be back to Oakland High School in a minute.
Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is proud to be a family and locally owned, full-service pre-owned car dealership. You have the option to take your vehicle anywhere for collision repairs, and we will work with your insurance company. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is a Napa Care Center, and our service department is here for all your automotive maintenance and repair needs. Our rental fleet offers a variety of vehicles, from economy cars to passenger vans. Get your next in at Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Elizabeth Beard, ORHS, Class of 2001. Check out our inventory online 24/7 at sextonautos.com.
Welcome back. We go to the top of the 5th inning, and a nail-biter here from Oakland High School. The Wildcats holding on to the lead. Big strikeout there to close out the 4th inning. Kept the bases loaded, as you said, as very aptly limited the damage to only the 1 run.
Go, Warren. Yeah, it was a really good job by Cy working out of the jam to keep the Wildcats ahead here 2-1.
Warren East steps in. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Flew out to left field and grounded out to third. And he swings and he misses. All the runs the Wildcats scored were in the 1st inning. Bowles has kind of shut down the Wildcats since that time. As Warren hits the ball to right side, will it stay fair? It is drifting foul down the right field line. That would have been 2 for Warren, but probably about 7 or 8 feet foul. down the line. And Warren behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. It'll be Warren East, Parker Free, and Mikey Teasley, the scheduled hitters. Parker has a double to his credit today. Mikey Teasley also a double. The Wildcats had, I think, really 3 straight hits to get things rolling in the first. Warren back in, the pitch to him. Strike 3, looking. And Warren, after a really good first game, is 0 for 3 in this one. Takes one on the outside half of the plate, probably too close to take with 2 strikes. And here's Parker.
Now batting the catcher, number 2, Parker Free.
Parker so far today is 1 for 2 with a double back in the first inning.
Pitch to him. Cut on and foul tipped. And the count is 0-1. 2-1, the Wildcats in the lead. This is an elimination ball game. The winner advances. The loser ends their season. Pitch to Parker is outside and low. And that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Blake Woody doing our technical work today. Boy, he's working quick. Cut on and missed. Step out of there and kind of disrupt him a little bit. He's kind of found a rhythm since that first inning. Parker behind now, 1 ball and 2 strikes according to the scoreboard. Pitch, hit foul. Inside pitch. The count remains at 1-2. 1 out here in the 5th inning. Mikey Teasley's on deck for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge used to get that run back as Parker steps back in. The pitch to him, that's up high and inside. Ball is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Liam Bowles, the pitcher for Green Hill. And Mount Juliet. Never heard of them. 2-2 pitch. Almost hit him. What do you guys say? Wear it? Is that what you guys say?
Yeah. That was looked like either a little bit of a slow fastball or a changeup running in on him. That one you got to wear in the meaty part of your leg, get a runner on base.
3-2 pitch. There's ball 4. It bounces away. Parker's going to take a wide turn around first, and that'll be a 1-out walk. The Wildcats will get a runner in for him.
Or a less painful way to first.
Yeah, exactly. As the Wildcats, it looks like, will bring out, is that Kipton? Kipton Fagan, number 11. Mikey Teasley steps in. Mikey a double and an RBI, also grounded out to third. A nice play by their third baseman. And Mr. Baseball, he was announced as that on Tuesday, beating a couple of guys, one from Clarksville and one from Germantown, Houston. Congratulations, program's first Mr. Baseball. As Kipton draws a throw over to first and easily back to the bag he goes. I was talking to Coach Russell before the game. We were just mentioning about all the young guys that see a lot of playing action. Kipton's one of those guys. He's a freshman for Oak Ridge. Not going. Mikey takes one inside. The count is 1-0. Wildcats not running as much as they normally do in the regular season in respect for these catchers that we've seen here in the state tournament so far in the first 3 ball games.
Yeah, there's been some really good catchers from Clarksville, from Blackman this morning, and from Green Hill. Both just blocking the ball behind the plate really good and some good throw downs. But I think we've got the cake so far on catchers. Is a Parker Free picked that guy off at second earlier today. Got Cheeto out of a big jam. So
1-0 pitch. Kipton not going. That's high. 2 balls and no strikes. Cam Welch is on deck for Oak Ridge. Mikey ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out here in the 5th inning. 2-1 Oak Ridge in the lead. A hawk flying around, or some kind of bat or something. It's an annoying bird, I can tell you that, as that ball is hit hard into the Green Hill dugout, and the count is 2-1.
Come on, Mike.
Coach Free belts out the play. I don't want you to, is that, you know what that is?
I have no idea.
You were a pitcher.
Yep. I knew when Parker put down a 1, I knew what that was. When he put down a 2, I knew what that was.
Pitch to Mikey is up high. Green Hill dugout, a little bit more quiet after being scolded earlier by the umpire. 3 balls and 1 strike.
I knew 1, 2, 3, and 4, David.
What was 4?
Changeup, or fork ball for me.
Mikey Teasley back in, ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Kipton Fagan at first. The pitch, Ball ripped to the gap, right center field. It's going to go over the right fielder's head. It is going to go out of the yard. Home run. Mikey Teasley, 2-run bomb. Just kept sailing over the 348 mark, and the Wildcats had 2 more on the board.
Big time insurance runs there. Brought in by Mr. Baseball himself, Mikey Teasley. Once again proving why he was voted to be Mr. Baseball for this 2025 season. 3 today, with 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. So great job by Mikey driving that ball the other way right over the 348 marker in right center to give the Wildcats a 4-1 lead.
Mr. Baseball. I mean, what a title. I mean, the rest of his life, he'll be known as Mr. Baseball. Higgins known as Mr. Football around Oak Ridge. And we've had several other missed basketball. Ball hit hard through the legs of the third baseman. Cam Welch doesn't take the wide turn.
I don't think he knew that ball got by the third baseman. I think he thought that it was going to be stuck in the infield, but
it's funny. Coach McKeithen was yelling his lungs out to get Cam, and Cam was determined just to get to first base, but the Wildcats have a runner at first base. Cam was just running straight down the line. The ball went down the left field line, and now we're going to have a conversation on the mound. Big hit. The Wildcats respond after Cy worked out of a miss, limiting the damage to only the 1 run with the bases loaded, and the Wildcats come back in the next inning and score 2 runs, and that's going to be it for Green Hills' Liam Bowles. And Liam Bowles did a really good job giving up the home run just now to Mikey Teasley, and he's very emotional as he comes out of the ballgame. Good job by their pitcher.
Yeah, he had really settled into a groove there in the 2nd through 4th innings. And with a 3-pitch strikeout of Warren to start the frame, you thought he was going to keep it rolling, but then a good tough at bat from Parker, do a 7-pitch walk, and then Mikey drives that ball over the right center fence to put in 2 more runs, and then Cheeto, if you will, drives that ball down the left field line for a single.
Let's take a quick break while the new pitcher warms up. Wildcats on top 4-1. We'll be back in a moment.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Ugh, come on, seriously?
This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get with someone who can actually help. Contact me, Agent Laura Lynn Green, today.
KOC Oak Ridge shows our commitment to orthopedic excellence by providing on-site X-ray, bracing, casting, and physical therapy. We strive to take care of all of your orthopedic needs in a professional and efficient manner with the respect you deserve. We've been treating East Tennessee families for over 40 years, and we're a proud supporter of Oak Ridge High School athletics. Check out our website and give us a call at 865-558-4400. Go Wildcats!
I'm gonna let Coach Branson do it here. Tweet him. Mikey's home. Please. Welcome back once again to Murfreesboro Oakland High School. The Wildcats have put 2 on the board to take a 4-1 lead over the Green Hill Hawks in this elimination ball game. The winner moves on to play tomorrow at, I've just gone blank on the time, 2 o'clock Central Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Time against Clarksville, who beat this Green Hill team. The Wildcats trying to win their 4th ever state tournament ball game, their first time in the history of the program to win 2 in a row if they can hold on. A lot of baseball still. We're only in the 5th inning. The Wildcats have built the lead back up. It's now a 3-run lead, 4-1 Wildcats, as Peyton Witter stands in with Cam Welch, the base runner, at first. Peyton hit a home run last night, and he takes a called strike at the knees, and the count is 0-1. The Green Hill dugout's gotten a little bit more quiet after the Mikey Teasley Mr. Baseball home run. Peyton steps in, right-handed hitting senior. The pitch to him is down low, and Cam's going to advance down to second. Nice read there by the big guy. The ball just bounced at the plate, and Cam, I don't know if he was going. I just looked up, and he was halfway down between first and second. Goes in head first with the slide. I hope he didn't jam his fingers. He's looking at it. He went head first with that slide, and he's in scoring position with one out. Another RBI opportunity here for the Wildcats facing this new pitcher.
I think he was looking at his wristband card, David.
Okay, good. That one's bounced at the plate. Wildcats on top, 4-1. Peyton Witter ahead in the count. One out here. Fifth inning, top of the fifth. 2 runs in for Oak Ridge. They lead it 4-1. Working from the stretch, checking the runner. Here's the pitch to Peyton. Hit in the center field. That's a base hit. Here comes Cam Welch getting the green light around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. Not in time. RBI single for Peyton Witter, and Oak Ridge leads it now by a score of 5-1 on the RBI single by Peyton Witter.
Good job. Good piece of hitting by Peyton Witter there for to drive in another insurance run. Just takes that fastball up the middle and drives in Cheeto from third. Cheeto originally had to freeze at second base to make sure the second baseman wouldn't catch the ball. But Cheeto moving a little bit.
Yeah.
Big guy moving down the line and scores. Oak Ridge is at 5th run of the game now.
Wildcats are going to get a courtesy runner. Is that Cam Britton? I believe it is number 8. Yes, Cam Britton is the runner at first base. RBI single for Peyton Witter. Peyton is the designated hitter.
Witter the hitter.
Yeah, exactly. Richie Ferreira the batter now. Richie reached base safely his last time. Steps in, batting from the left side. The Wildcats beat Blackman earlier, 6-1. And then a timeout is asked for, and evidently Richie didn't get the sign correct, and Coach Free wants to have words with him, and they talk in the big red, white, and blue O. Down to the left side. I don't know why I said that. Speaking of big orange, James, what are the Vols doing right now?
It was 4-4 in the 10th.
4-4 in the 10th, okay, SEC tournament. Richie Ferreira will step back in.
5-4, Tennessee's up. Come on, Vols.
Cam draws a throw over at first. Cam Britton, I think this is first action in the first 3 ball games. Britton, a junior Wildcat, plays outfield, can play a little infield as well. Really nice kid. Ball bounces away, and Cam's headed towards second. He's there. So the Wildcats with yet another runner in in scoring position in a 5-1 ball game.
We got James Branson behind us, mouthing the sound effects that he'd normally be playing over the PA system, giving us a little laugh up here.
Cam takes his lead off at first. That's Cam Britton. Wildcats have put 3 on the board this inning. The 2-run home run by Mikey Teasley. New pitcher kind of comes off the hill. The Green Hill guys and sidelines and fans have gotten a little bit more quiet. Yeah, Coach Branson is using what he does at the home ball games on the PA. The pitch hit on the ground by Richie. He's going to get the runner over to third, and Richie runs it out for out number 2. That is the second out of the inning, and the batter now will be Noah Wood. Noah had a single his last time, and was a strikeout victim. He's 1 for 2. Cam Britton, the base runner, he's at third base. Wildcats could use another one. They're up 5-1, hoping to play on Friday at the state tournament. As the pitch is in there for a called strike. Not putting the, go ahead, John.
Branson, you having fun back there?
Nope. 5-1 our score. The Wildcats in the lead. The pitch to Noah, cut on and missed. And the count is 0-2. Cam Britton, the runner at third base. Carson Fagan is on deck for the Wildcats. The pitch Bounce to the plate, not far enough. Kind of bounces up the third base line. The catcher bounces out of there quickly. And one ball, two strikes. Ben heard me tell you talk earlier, John. Ben's listening to every word we're saying. Pitch is hit foul. Laser shot off the netting to our right. Wildcats trying to play again tomorrow, and they'll take on Clarksville again, the team that defeated Oak Ridge 5-4 last night.
I feel like I'm getting a text from Ben every about 10 minutes or so.
Pitch was inside, but called strike three, and that is out number three. But John Ulrich, a very productive inning for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge puts 3 on the board. The Hawks had closed the gap to 2-1. It's now 5-1 Oak Ridge.
Yeah, some big insurance runs added on there with the Mikey Teasley home run for the first 2 runs of the inning, and then a Peyton Witter single that drove in Camden Welch for the 3rd run of the inning. Wildcats lead at 5-1 here going into the bottom of the 5th.
We are live here. I better turn off the mic here. They're playing music, so I'll turn the mic off. 5-1 Wildcats. Cy Stevens. That's the second time I've done that. Cy Stevens will come out back out on the mound in the bottom of the 5th. 5-1 Wildcats.
You've worked hard to build your business, and we want to help you protect it. The team at Fox Insurance Group believes your business deserves the expertise of a local insurance agent. With business insurance from Todd Fox at Fox Insurance Group and Encova Insurance, you can make sure your business stays up and running no matter what happens. If you own a business, make sure it's fully protected by contacting Fox Insurance Group. Visit www.grayfoxins.com or call 865-482-0513.
Welcome back once again to Oakland. The bottom half of the 5th inning just getting underway. 5-1 Wildcats. Gabe Gray is actually the 1, 2, and 3 hitters in the Green Hill lineup. Pitches hit into center field. That's a solid base hit. Good start for the Hawks. Solid base hit. 5-1 our score. I know, obviously, the Wildcats have 2 more games. If they win this ball game, they have to win 2 games tomorrow to get to the state championship ball game. So you want to preserve your pitching, but it's kind of one of those, iffy kind of things. How long do you keep Cy in? He's been very effective. He's only given up the 1 run. Got out of a mess. That ball bounces at the plate, and that's going to allow the runner to reach second. Parker retrieves it over on the right side. They've got a runner in scoring position. Got out of a mess in the previous inning. Thank you, James. Doubleheaders are hard on the voice. 1 ball, no strikes. Grayson Beasley, I guess, takes a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Grayson is the second baseman. He had a single and grounded out to third his second time. Two balls and no strikes, nobody out. Runner at second for Green Hill. Size pitch, hit in the air. Right center field, Ritchie back on it. Ritchie under it. Ritchie can't make the play. Warren tracks it down. Here comes the throw in. They're going to get a run in. And it's a double. And an RBI. Ball just kept going almost in the exact same spot where Mikey hit his home run near the 348 mark. Ritchie got to it, but just couldn't quite reach out, hit the tip of his glove, and rolled about 10 feet away from him. Warren East was able to corral it, and it's now 5-2. A couple of hard hit balls here, top of their order, and now Green Hill's dugout comes back alive. It's now 5-2. Joey Greenstreet, the battery, reached on a fielder's choice, had a single, and I believe he grounded out as well. They have a runner at second. The pitch, cut on and missed. Green Street, their number 3 hitter. Wildcats, looks like Tri Sharp is headed down to the Oak Ridge bullpen, perhaps. He is headed down that way with Kipton Fagan, the backup catcher, as that pitch is up high. Green Hill had gotten quiet when the Wildcats put those runs on the board, but their dugout has come alive. They've got a runner at second, nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning in a 5-2 ball game with the Wildcats in the lead. Green Street back in the batter's box, and once again, Cy looks back to second and causes the runner to get back to the bag. He wasn't very far off anyway. 1 ball, 1 strike. Side to the plate. Low and inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Last couple of innings, John, he's kind of lost his control.
Yeah, he's looking like he's maybe tiring out a little bit here, but he's not quite attacking the zone as much as he was earlier.
That ball gets through Parker all the way back to the brick, and they've got a runner at third, and now a 3 ball, 1 strike count. Trice just now went down to the bullpen, so it'll take a little while for him to get warmed up. He pitched to 2 batters in the Blackman ball game. 5-2 our score. The Wildcats in the lead, but there's nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They've got a runner at third. And Joey Greenstreet, who had a single already in this game, heading the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch drilled left field. Back on it, Carson Fagan. He's got it for the first out. Sacrifice fly, RBI. But it's 1 out, and it's now 5-3. Joey Greenstreet drives in the 3rd run. In the 2nd run of this inning, the Wildcats still up by 2. Nobody aboard now, nobody out, or until now, with the line drive to Carson Fagan. And the batter is Nick Owens. What has Nick done today?
He has popped out to Cheeto in foul territory, and he has grounded into a 5-4 fielder's choice.
We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning here at the state tournament at Murfreesboro Oakland High School. Thank you for tuning in on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Side to the plate. There's a strike.
Good looking breaking ball right there from Cy Stevens to get himself back into the count.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody aboard. In a 5-3 ball game with the Wildcats in the lead. Owens back in, swings and he misses. And that's strike 2. Trice still working down in the bullpen down to our right. Nick Owens, the number 4 hitter in their lineup. Cy Stevens comes to the plate, 2-strike pitch. I guess a little bit inside. You know, I think the Oak Ridge fans, they've been calling that most of the day. And Cy asked him and said, a little bit inside. And I think it was, honestly. It was close.
It was really close. That's one that you can't quite do what Cy did there, just kind of jogging around the mound there, assuming it's strike 3, because a lot of times umpires might take in that as showing him up, and you might not get the benefit of the doubt there like Cy did.
He's already kind of upset the Green Hill guys. Went to scolded them earlier in the game. 2-2 pitch, hit foul. Back to the screen. Once again, Blake ducking under the table on that one. Yeah, but you don't have a mic, so I can say whatever I want. Nobody will know. Nobody can see. Blake said he didn't duck at all. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He might pull a Vachon and just turn the camera into the ground.
They asked for help. He took a check swing, and I honestly don't think he did go. I know the Oak Ridge fans wanted him.
I don't think he did either. That was a good job holding it up there. But
3 balls.
Cy Stevens looking to get this 2nd out here in the bottom of the 5th.
3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. The pitch hit on the ground. 3rd base side. Mikey Teasley feels it, rifles one, and throws it away. Not far enough. He showcased his arm once again, and the Green Hill guys, you know, whenever you're a guy like a Mr. Baseball, everybody knows that that's you. And when you make a mistake, you're going to get a little extra razzing, and Mikey did. from the left side. I interviewed Mikey the other day and asked him about that, and he said, yeah, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you're the UT commit, you're this and that, as looks like Tri Sharp's about to enter the ballgame. Nope, it's going to be Cy, but he says he's used to it, to be honest with you. That time, that is an error. I mean, the ball could have been a hit, but his throw was wide. The good news is it didn't go far enough to advance the runner down to second.
Whit Reniger, second baseman, did a good job covering the wild throw that took a hop off of that brick wall down on the other side of the Oak Ridge dugout.
Logan Barney is the batter now. They've got a runner at first. Breaking pitch hit hard. Oh, nice play by Oak Ridge, but he's safe. Mikey makes a great throw. Mikey thought he got him, but I don't think he did. And that's an infield single, but what a great play. Probably saved a run. The ball was down the third base line. Mikey fielded it and threw from his knees and almost got the runner at first. And now they've got the tying runs on base in a 5-3 ball game, and the go-ahead run coming to the plate. Jackson Hines, the batter, he struck out and he walked. Kind of surprised they've gone as long with Cy as they have. There's going to be it's going to get out of play. Parker gives it a look. Hits off the top of the dugout. I'm really kind of surprised they've gone with Cy this long. I know, like I said, you know, especially if you hold on and win this game, you got to win 2 games tomorrow. Trice is more than warmed up as they got runners at first and second. And Hines steps in behind in the count, no balls and 1 strike. 5-3 Oak Ridge against Green Hill in the state tournament. Side comes to the plate. Oh, pretty pitch that time. At the knees, inside half of the plate, and he's ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Cy, maybe he's starting to find his groove again, starting to attack these Green Hill Hawk hitters.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Cut on a miss. Strikeout. That coaching staff knows Cy better than I do, and, you know, staying with him, trusting him. He's a senior, and that is out number 2, and the batter now will be Xander Jackson.
Yeah, loud grunt on a fastball there from Cy Stevens. Blew it past Jackson Hines.
Here's Xander Jackson now. The first pitch to him is hit foul. Breaking pitch, got around on it quickly, and the count is 0-1. We've got Xander with a single. What else has he done in the ballgame?
He has singled and reached on an error by the pitcher on that throw to second base. Was that weird potential double play?
I would call that a fielder's choice, actually.
A fielder's choice?
Yeah.
All right. I'll be nice.
0-1 pitch, bows to the plate. Wildcats, Parker throws the ball. Nice save there by Noah Wood. Parker, the runner at second, had strayed off the bag a little bit too much. Parker threw down, eluded Whit Reniger, but backing up nicely was Noah Wood to save an opportunity for them to have a runner at third.
Yeah, that was not the greatest throw from Parker, but a really great job by Noah. That one took a funny hop, kind of hopped up on him, but a great play to pick that one out of the turf by Noah Wood.
2 balls and 1 strike. Runners at first and second. 5-3. The Wildcats on top. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. High school ball, obviously, they play 7 innings. Cy Stevens trying to get out of this inning. That one's up high. It's 3-1. Here the Green Hill fans encouraging Xander Jackson. 3-1 pitch. There's a called strike right down the middle at the knees, and it's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. What an exciting ball game here from Murfreesboro, Oakland. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Hit foul. Back to the screen. Stays alive. Runners were going, obviously, with a 3-2 count. Back to their respective bags they go. Cy Stevens has gone all the way for the Wildcats, trying to get one more strike to close out this inning. He will not get the strikeout, but Mikey tags out the runner for out number 3. Ball was hit on one hop. The runner advancing from second to third runs right in to Mr. Baseball, Mikey Teasley, and that is out number 3. But once again, Green Hill makes it a little closer. It's a 5-3 ball game. The Wildcats in the lead as we go to the 6th inning. We'll be back to Murfreesboro, Oakland in a moment.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Ask me, Nathan Miser, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Did you know that Summit Medical Group was voted the best family practice in internal medicine in 2023? We do walk-in same-day appointments and are currently accepting new patients. For the convenience of our patients, we have on-site physical therapy, a lab, x-ray, and ultrasound. Come see our new location at 850 Briarcliff Avenue in Oak Ridge. To schedule an appointment, call 865-483-3172. We're open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays 9 to 5. Summit Medical Group of Oak Ridge, the leaders in primary care. Get to the Summit.
Welcome back to Murfreesboro, Oakland High School. The Wildcats on top of Green Hill, 5-3. Carson Fagan leads things off for the Wildcats. Carson, let's see, walked his last time, struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1 officially in the ball game. We're in the 6th inning. The winner advances to play tomorrow at 3 o'clock against Clarksville. Pitch, a little bit outside. Actually, a lot outside, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cool breeze as the sun begins to set here in Murfreesboro. The pitch hit in the air, right side. Second baseman drifting over into right field and makes the catch. Staggers a bit, but does make the catch for out number 1. Better now will be the number 9 hitter in the Wildcat lineup, the freshman Whit Reniger. Whit had a single his first time, grounded into a double play his last at bat. Number 9 hitter, wearing number 10, freshman Wildcat. The pitch to him is hit on the ground, foul, and the count is 0-1. John, with very little meat on his bones, has already put on his sweatshirt. It is getting a little cooler here.
It's just that breeze getting to me, David.
You're supposed to be like a Yankee. You're used to cold weather, aren't you?
Not anymore. The South softened me up.
1 strike pitch, almost hit him. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Reniger will be followed by Warren East in the Wildcat lineup. Whit hits the ball on the ground. Oh, nice play by the third baseman. He throws on and not in time. Whit Reniger is safe, as the umpire said it drew the first baseman off the bag at first. And here comes the Green Hill coach. I mean, obviously, it's a long ways from us, but the Green Hill guy, coach, is not too sure. But what he's saying, it wasn't that he was safe, it was that he drew the guy off the bag. The first base umpire is saying, trust me, he was off the bag. And now they're going to ask for help, and I don't know how you can overturn that. He asked for help. He comes to the home plate umpire. You know, the guy's standing right on top of the play. I don't know how in the world that he couldn't see it. And hopefully the home plate umpire, will not overturn it. And they're going to say he is safe. So Whit Reniger is the base runner here in the 6th inning.
I can understand the Green Hill coach coming in, asking the umpire to get some help. But it did look like the first baseman's, I guess, leg or foot that he had kind of on the side of the bag slid off as he kind of tried to get that ball out of the dirt.
Yeah, and maybe the home plate umpire saw it differently, so it's not a bad challenge at all. Witt's taking a really not a bad challenge at all, really, by the Green Hill. What? E5. Witt takes his lead off of first. Top of the order, we go to Warren East. Warren's had a quiet game. Is back to the bag once again. We'll go Witt. Warren flew out to left, grounded out to third, and struck out looking his last time. Had a big first game today against Blackman. The Wildcats won that game 6-1. Once again, drawing a throw at first. Witt back to the bag. We don't have the sound effect machine, but we do have the next best thing behind us. Coach James Branson.
James Branson and a few of the younger Oak Ridge fans are getting into it as well.
Witt is taking a pretty good-sized lead, and he draws yet another throw. Green Hill fans thought maybe he was out. Witt's taking a big lead, and they're working on him, trying to keep him close. Wildcats have not tried to run much, as we talked about a couple innings ago. Oak Ridge on top 5-3. We're in the top half of the sixth inning. Warren the batter. Leading average, he draws another throw. And that time, John, if he puts the tag on him, he might have been out because ball bounced off the glove of the first baseman. Green Hill guys yelled out, but he didn't have the ball.
I want to see a pitch, David, not a pickoff.
Witt's got a shorter lead now and keeping him close.
Not by much.
Still
getting a pretty good-sized lead.
These teams have scouted each other. They know Oak Ridge likes to run. Not going in this time. And almost a pickoff play right there. We don't see that very often in high school.
It was a pitch out, David.
Pitch out. That's why I don't know why I said pickoff. That's what I meant. I mean, they knew that he wanted to go, but that time the play was not on. Uh-oh. He just got back. Witt almost caught leaning once again. They are working hard to keep him on first base.
I think he's going to have to be standing on the bag to for them to not throw over.
Good job, James. You got all the fans saying nope, and here comes the throw again. How many times is he going to throw over there? Of course, in the major leagues, you can only throw over twice. He's thrown over at least 5-6 times, and Witt's still taking a big lead.
That.
This time he steps off the rubber. Getting tired of throwing over to first, and Warren's getting tired of standing there. He's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Reniger takes his lead off of first. Pitch, hit foul. Off the screen and out of play. Like I said, the sun's beginning to set behind us, getting a little cooler here. It's going to be in the 50s, I believe, tonight. Warren East with a 1-1 count.
I believe that was a second pitch of the at-bat in probably, 5 minutes?
Right. Reniger takes the lead, draws yet another throw. In the Oak Ridge, some young fans back there. You might hear them behind us. Witt once again takes his lead. Warren's probably getting tired. Let me hit. Not going the pitch. Cut on and missed. Warren a little bit too aggressive. He's probably getting bored waiting to hit. There's one out in this inning. Reniger, the base runner at first, the freshman. Warren, like I said, 0 for 3 in the ball game, over 400 on the year. School record amount of base hits on the year and stolen bases. Draws yet another throw, does Witt over at first. Wish I'd kept count of how many times he's thrown over there. I didn't think it'd be, I don't know that I've ever seen this many. As Warren steps back in the pitch, hit him in the leg. And after working so hard to pick off the runner at first, hits him in the leg, and I think the pitcher said he deliberately turned his thigh to get hit in that meaty part of the leg and didn't try to get out of the way, and that's a hit batsman.
If he stays in the batter's box, as long as he doesn't lean into it over the plate, he can stay in. He doesn't have to get out the way. As long as you're not leaning over the plate. And that pitch was definitely in the middle of the batter's box.
So Parker stands now with runners at first and second. This time they're not holding the runners on, obviously. Here's the pitch. Parker takes a strike from the right-handed throwing Hawk from Green Hill High School. 5-3 Wildcats. We're in the top of the sixth inning. Mikey Teasley on deck, hit a 2-run home run his last time, has 3 RBIs in the game. Reniger takes his lead. Ball is hit well to right center field. It's deep. It's deep. It's out of here. It's out of here. It's gone. Parker free. A 3-run bomb. You worry about the runner. You should worry about the batter. Parker free. A 3-run home run. And the Wildcats now lead it by a score of 8-3. He worried all about Whit Reniger. Threw over 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. The plate, he threw it over the plate, and Parker hit it over the fence.
What a day for Parker Free. A double back in the first, a walk in the 5th, and a home run here in the 6th, giving the Wildcats a huge another insurance run. Now 8-3 Wildcats here in the top of the 6th.
Here's the pitch to Mikey, almost hit him in the head. The Oak Ridge student starting to razz this young man who just kept trying to get Whit Reniger. Reniger scores the first run. Warren East the second. Parker the third. That pitch is down low, and now he's rattled. 2 balls, no strikes, 8-3 Wildcats. So once again, the Wildcats, after watching Green Hill score some runs, bounces right back, and that's ball 3. The wheels have fallen off this young man. Spent more time just trying to keep Whit at first base, and now the Wildcats have the lead up to 5.
Yeah, David. Both times that Green Hills put up a run, they put up one in the 4th. Wildcats came back, and Mikey Teasley homered in response. They put up 2 runs in the 5th, and then Parker Free homers in response. So
2 home runs in the game for the Wildcats. Mikey Teasley, Parker Free. Mikey's batting now with a 3-ball, 2-strike count on him. 1 out here in the 6th inning. 8-3 Oak Ridge here at the state tournament. Pitch hit off his hands, foul back to the screen, and the count remains at 3-2. Cam Welch is on deck for the Wildcats. I know I was screaming. You had to hit the meter.
I was screaming too. That got me excited.
Pitch to Mikey. That's ball 4. Down to first we go, Mikey Teasley. Wildcats continue to respond to Green Hill. Green Hill facing elimination, Oak Ridge facing elimination. The winner advances to play tomorrow. And here comes the long walk. They spent a lot of time talking. He tried an earlier play. It all started with that throw by the third baseman that drew the first baseman off the bag, which allowed Whit Reniger to reach base, and that's the end of the day's work for their second pitcher. That's when it all started, and he threw over there maybe 10 times to try to keep him at first, and then Warren gets on base by getting hit, then Parker hits the home run, and that's the end of the day's work for that young man from Green Hill. Why don't we take a break here, John? Take another commercial break. 8-3 Wildcats, back in a moment.
I'm Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 state championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5559 or at BetsyColemanRealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
KOC Oak Ridge shows our commitment to orthopedic excellence by providing on-site X-ray, bracing, casting, and physical therapy. We strive to take care of all of your orthopedic needs in a professional and efficient manner with the respect you deserve. We've been treating East Tennessee families for over 40 years, and we're a proud supporter of Oak Ridge High School athletics. Check out our website and give us a call at 865-558-4400. Go Wildcats!
David Clary back here along with John Ulrich. What's your name over there? Blake? Woody, doing our camera work. It's been a long day of baseball. We got up early, had a 10 o'clock ball game, and second game here. Wildcats trying to make a little history, John. Oak Ridge has never won 2 ball games in a row at the state tournament. There's been a lot of history made with this particular baseball team, and that's what they're trying to do today.
I don't think they've won 2 games in the state tournament period. We won 1 game last year, and I believe that got us to 2-6 our record coming into this state tournament game this year. So.
They beat Science Hill in 72, and as now Cam Welch steps in, got a new pitcher, third pitcher of the day. Runner at first is Mikey Teasley.
This is the previous first baseman in to pitch now, Jackson Hines, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you, James. I don't know if there's a little with their electronic communication device here. My voice is starting to fail just a little bit. If Alex Myers was here, he would be talking and talking. Do I talk more than Alex, or what's the difference there?
I'd say it's about the same.
Well, I'm just doing the play-by-play. Alex will actually do play-by-play, color, stats, and everything else. But Alex did a great job. You and Alex did a great job, and I totally appreciate you guys doing the last postseason games. I was obviously indisposed. And then we appreciate those sponsors who actually were part of that. I mean, during the sectional tournament, we were able to stream, and the regional tournament, we were able to stream because of some really nice donations from some people. One of those guys is here right now, Jeff Henderson. As the Wildcats lead it 8-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. Second game of the day for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge beat Blackman earlier. Pitch to Cam is a little bit outside. And the count is 1-0. As I mentioned, third pitcher of the day for Green Hill, our first ever time playing in the state tournament, second time playing them. Played them last year down in Alabama, part of that spring break trip. That game wasn't as pleasant. They've given up some runs today. Clarksville beat them badly in the first game today. The Wildcats are way up right now. Well, 5 runs. Not enough. I'll be eager to see if Cy comes back out or who they might bring in. And still, 5 runs. It's obvious that Green Hill can put some runs on the board. As a pitch to Cam is a called strike, and the count is full now, I believe. Maybe it's 3-1. It is starting to get cool. Just looking how red my arm is. We've been sitting out in the sun all day long.
Yeah, I got burnt. My arms got burnt pretty good here in the first game. So.
Throw over to first, and Mikey's back to the bag safely. We've had a home run in this inning. If you just tuned in, Parker Free with a 3-run home run. Mikey Teasley hit one earlier. Cam Welch with 1 out, 3 balls and 1 strike. Mikey a big lead, and they're going to throw over to first. That worked so well for him when Witt was over there, keeping him close to the bag. And they've done a good job keeping the Wildcats, all the teams have, keeping the Wildcats from running, something they really like to do. Mikey not running. The pitch is a strike on the Aller half of the plate, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. John, you should have gone to Slick Pig with us today. Great barbecue joint on the campus in Middle Tennessee, or just outside of it.
I was enjoying a nice lunch with my dad at Freddy's today.
Swung on and missed, and that's a strikeout. Cam goes down. He is 0 for 3 in the ball game, and to bat now will be Peyton Witter. Peyton had a double and an RBI, had a single and an RBI, so he's got 2 RBIs in the ball game. He re-enters the game. That's what the umpire just said. He was replaced by Cam Britton on the base pass as a pinch runner, not a courtesy runner earlier, and now he re-enters. Kind of the interesting rule about high school ball. You can re-enter 1 time.
Yeah, and they do that. I think they do that for injury concerns. If you put a player in, and then if that player gets injured, you can still bring somebody else back in so you can keep playing the game if you don't have a lot of players. So.
Right, and that goes down to like the single A where they might only have like 11 players on the entire team. 1 ball, no strikes to Peyton. Hit a home run last night. The Wildcats with 3 home runs in the last 2 days, and Peyton takes a half cut at it, missed it, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 8-3 Wildcats. Oak Ridge has out-hit them 8-7. The Green Hill Hawks have committed 2 errors. The Wildcats 1. Peyton takes another strike, and the count is 1-2. Peyton Witter will be followed by Richie Ferreira. Richie reached base once today. Mikey's still the base runner at first. The pitch, he's going. The pitch cut on a miss. And that is a strikeout of Peyton Witter. But more damage done by the Cardinal and Gray as Oak Ridge scores 3 times. A 3-run home run by Parker Free as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning here at the state tournament. The Wildcats lead Green Hill out of Mount Juliet, Tennessee, 8-3. We'll be back in a moment.
I'm Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 state championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5559 or at betsycolemanrealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
Ugh, come on. Seriously?
This is so extra.
but what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get with someone who can actually help. Contact me, Agent Laura Lynn Green, today.
Grant Kruger leads things off here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Cy Stevens back out on the hill. And, John, you made a good point during the break about Cy coming back out on the hill. And the first pitch is hit on the ground. In the hole, deep short. Noah Wood fields it. Throws low. Couldn't get enough on it, and that's a leadoff infield single. Your point was?
If you can get just one more inning out of Cy Stevens here as he's approaching the 100 pitch mark, if you can get one more inning out of him, you can save a lot of pitching, which is going to be much needed tomorrow and Saturday if the Wildcats get there. So definitely a bonus if you can get a quick inning here from Cy.
Leadoff single for them. How many pitches does Cy have right now?
96.
96 pitches. Third baseman Jackson Crawford, the batter now. And he takes one up high. I think looking at Cy, though, I think that was a breaking pitch, but he kind of lost a little bit. He's got to be tired. It was hot when he started the game. Ball's behind, 1 ball, no strikes. Checks the runner at first, the pitch. That's up high. And the count is 2-0. Let's see if there's any movement down towards the bullpen area once again. Runner at first, 8-3. The Wildcats up by 5. Still only the 6th inning. The pitch. There's a called strike on the inside half of the plate. And the count is 2-1. John, have you ever eaten at Raising Cane chicken?
I don't think I have, David.
It's really good. That's where Blake and I ate last night. We ate at the state tournament as well. Ball's hit foul off the railing on the dugout of the Green Hill Hawks to our left. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of community people here have made the trip from Oak Ridge to watch the Wildcats in their 4th ever state tournament. 71, 72, 2024, and this year, 2-2 pitch. That's up high. You know, as well as I do, Cy wants to complete this inning for sure. His team is up 8-3. Hits are even at 8 apiece. Side to the plate. Hit in the air. That should be an out. Left field, shallow. Carson under it. Calls for it. Makes the one-handed grab for out number 1. One out here in the 6th inning. Runner still at first. Just a high, lazy fly ball to shallow left. Gabe Ray is the batter. He is the leadoff man in their order. He struck out the first 2 times against Cy and picked up a single.
Ground ball right here in the middle infield would be huge for Cy.
Thrower to first and back to the bag easily goes the base runner. One out here in the 6th. 8-3, the Wildcats in the lead, trying to win back-to-back games today. It's hard to get out of a loser's bracket. Good lead at first. I doubt he'd go losing. That ball's ripped to left, though. That's a base hit. Carson's quickly over to field it and gets the ball back in. That's a couple of hits. Soft little liner to left field. And that's the second hit of the game for Gray. Now they've got 2 on. And Cy just trying to work his way through it here in the 6th inning. They've got 1 out. Like you said, a ground ball would be nice. The ball was not hit hard. He just kind of poked it out there. Here's Grayson Beasley. Grayson had a double and an RBI his last time, had a single his first time. So he's 2 for 3 in the ball game. Wildcats are warming up once again. Is that Trice once again? Let me see if the sidearm comes.
Yeah, it is Trice Sharp out there.
Ball is hit foul, out of play to the right. Trice faced 2 batters in the Blackman ball game, which the Wildcats won 6-1 earlier today. Wildcats trying to knock off Green Hill. Green Hill just won't go away, though. You get to the final 8 in the state, you're going to be you're a good team. Pitch is just a little outside. Good-looking pitch from up here. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. They've got runners at first and second. 1 out in the 6th. 8-3 Wildcats. Cy Stevens has gone all. My voice is dying. He's gone all the way. Pitch, hit foul off to the right side. And he's ahead in the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oakland High School. My voice is gone. A lot of doubleheaders are tough, especially when you're screaming home runs and stuff. 1 ball, 2 strikes. My voice is changing. I hit that a long time ago. Maybe it's going backwards. I don't know. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beasley steps back in, looks down at the third base coaching box where his coach encouraging and letting the runner at second know what he wants him to do. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. 8-3 Oak Ridge. They've out-hit us 9-8 here in the 6th inning. Cy comes to the plate, hit weakly on the infield. Whit-Reniger fields and throws him out. They advance the runners to second and third, but that is the second out of the inning.
Yeah, good job by Whit-Reniger there, not trying to do too much, trying to turn 2, just getting outs 1 at a time for his pitcher.
Better now, I believe, will be Joey Greenstreet. Joey had a sacrifice fly and an RBI, has a single to his credit, and he's grounded out to Mikey Teasley twice, once reaching on a fielder's choice. Bats from the right side with a couple runners in scoring position. Cy trying to get through this 6th inning. He's got 2 outs. Then his day's work, well, I'm sure, will be done. Over 100 pitches. Big senior, going to Walter State next year to play college ball. Ball hit on the ground, foul hard once again. Over to the left side against the netting in front of the Green Hill dugout. And the count is 0-1. Gutsy performance by Cy. A big, strong kid. 6-0 on the year, trying to make it 7-0 in his final high school game as a pitcher. Pitch, hit well, hit foul off to the left side. Carson gives it a long look, but it's well out of play, and he's ahead in the count. Cy is no balls and 2 strikes.
If Cy can finish this guy off right here, that'd be a huge break for the Wildcats. But he's still got to finish him off. We saw Mikey have a little bit of trouble finishing off the Clarksville hitters on yesterday, that was.
Yeah, it seems like 2 or 3 days ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of baseball.
A lot of baseball.
Joey Greenstreet back in. No balls, 2 strikes to him. Cy comes in, hit on the ground. Third base side. Mikey Teasley fields, throws, in time. Out number 3. Great job, Cy Stevens. Cy Stevens has had some traffic, but gets out of it. A strong performance by the senior, and gets the glad hand from his coaching staff. 6 innings. The Wildcats still lead it by a score of 8-3. John, great job by Cy Stevens.
Yeah, David, brilliant effort. Just going out there inning after inning, able to put up a big shutdown inning here in the bottom of the 6th. Really saving Wildcat pitching. Now you could maybe go to an arm like Isaiah Wilson again, just to eat up some innings. But we'll see here. The Green Hill Hawks do not seem like they're going to go down easy, even though it's a decently sizable lead here for the Wildcats.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
Ugh, come on. Seriously?
This is so extra.
but what you could say is,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get with someone who can actually help. Contact me, Agent Laura Lynn Green, today.
KOC Oak Ridge shows our commitment to orthopedic excellence by providing on-site x-ray, bracing, casting, and physical therapy. We strive to take care of all of your orthopedic needs in a professional and efficient manner with the respect you deserve. We've been treating East Tennessee families for over 40 years, and we're a proud supporter of Oak Ridge High School athletics. Check out our website and give us a call at 865-558-4400. Go Wildcats!
Richie Ferreira, the batter, leading things off here in the top of the 7th inning. 8-3, the Wildcats in the lead. Pitch to Richie is up high, a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Appreciate all of you watching our broadcasts. Obviously, just the scoreboard, listening to our audio. I hope. Ooh, there's a missile into the Green Hill dugout, and he got hit pretty good. Well, he got it in the ribs hard, and he's trying to walk it off. That ball came in strong, and he's hurt.
That thing was zooming in there. It almost hurt my neck trying to turn my head fast enough. I hope he's okay.
It hit him right in the ribs, and he's trying to walk it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. His pitcher is concerned about his teammate. The ball went just whistled into that dugout, and it's got a protection about 4 feet tall, but it just went over the top and hit the guy sitting on the bench. 1-1 pitch. Down low a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Hopefully he's okay. He's trying to hit him in the right side in the ribs. I think he's kind of walked it off. Hopefully he's okay.
I hope so too. That's never fun. A hot shot like that. I know I just kind of hurt my hand a little bit trying to catch a foul ball yesterday, but getting hit like that has got to be a whole different level of pain.
2-1 pitch. Richie takes a strike on the inside half of the plate. Thank you, Coach Branson. Appreciate that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on, nobody out. We're in the 7th inning, 8-3 Wildcats. Richie takes the ball outside. Hey guys, at the end of the ball game, in between the post game, I would like to speak to Jeff Henderson, a member of that 72 Wildcat team, as Richie takes one right down the middle, and that's a strikeout. 7-5 Tennessee. Good job in the SEC tournament against the number 1 seed Texas, I believe. Batter is Noah Wood, hits the ball on the ground, fielded by the second baseman, throws on the first in time for out number 2. Here comes Carson Fagan. Carson's been pretty steady in the outfield for the Wildcats. Carson stands in. Carson today is walked, popped out to second in shallow right field, and a strikeout victim. I'll speak to Jeff Henderson at the end of the ball game, hopefully after a win. Hopefully if I have enough voice. My 2 friends over here, so-called friends, John and Blake, are making fun of my voice cracking as the pitch is a called strike in there, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Carson Fagan. You're going to say something, John, I see it. Let's talk serious here as Carson takes another strike. In the bottom of the 7th, it'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Don't say it.
I think you might talk a little bit more than Alex. You're losing your voice here, David.
I've done 2 ball games today. That ball eludes the catcher back to the screen. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. In a game last night, baseball's hard. I can do football and basketball in my sleep, but baseball you got to do a lot of talking. Here's the pitch to Carson. He swings and he fouls it at the plate. Stays alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4, 5, and 6 in the Green Hill lineup in the bottom of the 7th, with the Wildcats up 8-3. Carson back in. Carson Fagan, pitch. Just a little bit low and inside. Green Hill fans in their dugout
Really good take there by Carson Fagan. That looked like a really good breaking ball that went just below the zone for ball 3.
Stayed alive, fouled it off himself, and the count remains full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll have a post-game show. Cy Stevens for sure needs to come in. I know you're might be able to track them down after the ball game.
I'm going to try to get Parker and Mikey as well.
Okay.
2 really big days from the both of them.
Sounds good. Pitch to the plate is ripped deep to left center field. The ball is back at the fence, and it's caught by the center fielder. Nice ride by Carson Fagan, but out. Here we go, John Ulrich. The Wildcats 3 outs away from advancing to a Friday night ball game, Friday afternoon ball game at 3 o'clock Eastern time against Clarksville, and an opportunity to be in the Final Four in the state of Tennessee. Let's turn off the mics as we got music once again. We'll be back in a moment.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Ask me, Nathan Miser, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is proud to be a family and locally owned, full-service pre-owned car dealership. You have the option to take your vehicle anywhere for collision repairs, and we will work with your insurance company. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge is a Napa Care Center, and our service department is here for all your automotive maintenance and repair needs. Our rental fleet offers a variety of vehicles from economy cars to passenger vans. Get your next in at Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Elizabeth Beard, ORHS, Class of 2001. Check out our inventory online 24/7 at sextonautos.com.
Tri Sharp enters the game for the Wildcats after a brilliant performance by Cy Stevens to get the Wildcats to the 7th inning. What were some of Cy's really good stats?
Cy's final line for the day was 6 innings, 9 hits allowed, 3 runs, only 2 earned, with 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. So a brilliant effort from Cy Stevens to get these Wildcats, or to try to get these Wildcats to the next round of the tournament.
And the Wildcats will be facing, as I mentioned, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, I do believe. And first pitch is a called strike from the side winding Tri Sharp. Pitched to 2 batters in the Blackman ball game earlier today. Walked 1 and then finished the game. That pitch, wow, he's called that most of the day. It's inside for a called ball, and they evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Trice Jr. comes in once again. Ball hit foul back my way. I can't make the play.
Yeah, David, there's a net in your way.
Oh, yeah. That too. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Nobody on, nobody out. We're in the 7th inning. Oak Ridge on top 8-3. Trying to advance, as John said, to the next round of the tournament. Pitch hits him. And I know Trice is upset about that. Trying to close the deal for Cy to make him 7-0 on the year. But to do so, they got to get 3 more outs. The Wildcats are up 5. Look at that bleached blonde hair of all these Wildcats. And Green Hill did basically the same thing. It's just a baseball tradition all over the country. It isn't just Tennessee. In Atlanta, I see them at the Truist Park as well. I can tell they've been in the state tournament in Georgia or wherever they're from. As that pitch is hit on the ground, could be a double play. Noah's got 1. No, he doesn't. Ball bounces away. Noah low throw to Whit Reniger. Got a little ahead of themselves. The ball was kind of a low throw, and now they've got runners at first and second. That was tailor-made double play ball right there. Now the Wildcats have got to work through it here in an 8-3 ball game. Green Hills, we've talked about, John, they're not going easy.
Yeah, usually a play that Noah would make, but just another tough break so far for the Wildcats.
The pitcher, number 11, Jackson Hines.
Jackson Hines, the batter. Now he was a strikeout victim his last time. Trice comes in, pitch, in there for a called strike. A little kind of a delayed action by the umpire, but it was a strike. Runners at first and second. 8-3 Wildcats. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wildcats trying to win their second game of the day. Trice comes in, pitch, another strike. Count is 0-2.
We have Andy Hudson entering the game in right field for Richie Ferreira.
I was going to ask you a question after Trice hopefully strikes out Mr. Hines. 0-2 pitch. He's not going to. He's getting another ground ball. There's one at second. Here's the throwback. That is a double play.
What a pick by Cam Welch over at first. That ball looked like it was about to get away from him and maybe over into the Oak Ridge dugout. But a great pick there by Cheeto to complete the double play. What a play.
And the Wildcats are 1 out away from being in the Final Four in the state of Tennessee. Xander Jackson, the last hope for the Hawks. They've got a runner at third. 8-3, 2 outs, 7th inning. Trice to the plate, hit foul back to the screen. And the count is 0-1. Trice Sharp trying to nail down the second game of the day. As I mentioned, he finished the Blackman ball game. His pitch, cut on and missed. And the count is 0-2. 2 outs. 1 strike away from victory number 2 of the day, and the Wildcats will be in the Final Four in the state of Tennessee. Pitch. Oh, man. Where was that one? He says outside. Okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Runner at third for the Green Hill Hawks. Trice Sharp. 1-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. First base side. Into right field. That's a base hit. Just out of the reach of Cam Welch and the second baseman, Whit Reniger, and Green Hill scores a run, and it's now 8-4.
The catcher, number 5, Grant Kruger.
Grant Kruger, the batter, he has struck out twice, reached on a fielder's choice, and had a single. One thing I can say about Trice, he's getting the ground balls. That's 3 straight ground balls that he's induced. As the pitch comes in, a little bit outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 4-run lead for the Wildcats, 8-4. Runner at first now. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Pitch to the plate. There's a called strike. Have you ever faced a sidewinder? I don't know if you've ever faced Trice in practice, but what's it like to face him?
You want to know this, David? You remember? Do you remember the one hit that I had in high school?
I do remember that.
It was off of side armor.
Okay.
So I remember in my at-bat, he threw me 2 sinkers down and in. I took the first one, and then I saw the same pitch out of his hand, and I just kind of took it the other way and put it into right field.
I remember that. 1 ball, 2 strikes, down to their final strike again. Trice comes in, hit him. Hit him in the foot. And they've got runners at first and second. So, like we said, Green Hill just not going easily. Of course, any runs that score after this are going to be unearned runs because we had the error out there to allow the base runner. And now Katri is going to bring in a new pitcher into the ball game. And it looks like it might be
Carson Fagan is coming in, and then starting pitcher Cy Stevens is going to left field.
Okay. As the Wildcats just need to finish the deal here. The Hawks have runners at first and second. And Carson Fagan will take over. We kind of thought maybe Carson might, if the Wildcats were to hold on, pitch a little bit tomorrow. We'll see as the Wildcats lead it by a score of 8-4. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment.
Tennessee 1-7-5.
I'm Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. I'm a proud graduate of Oak Ridge High School, class of 1982, and a member of the 1980 state championship football team. As a lifelong resident of Oak Ridge, I would love to put my knowledge of the area to work for you should you have any real estate needs. You can contact me at 865-919-5555. 888-646-5959 or at BetsyColemanRealty.com. Thank you, and roll Wildcats roll.
Energize your home with natural gas from ORUD, your affordable energy choice. ORUD has generous appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances from us and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. We're a one-stop shop. We'll sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing. Plus, you can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying. Comfort you can feel, savings you can use. ORUD Natural Gas. Visit our showrooms in Oak Ridge, Kingston, and our virtual showroom at ORUD.org.
Welcome back once again to Murfreesboro Oakland High School. Wildcats up 8-4, need one out to finish this game off. As Jackson Crawford steps in, runners at first and second. Carson Fagan, his first pitch, a fastball, high and tight, and the count is 1-0. Don't want to load the bases. That brings the tying run to the plate in an 8-4 ball game. Pitch. There's a called strike. Nice one there by Carson at the knees, and that evens the count at 1-1 strike. Stay tuned for our postgame show. I'm going to talk to a member of that 72 Wildcat team. The Wildcats can hold on and win this game. 1-1 strike. Carson comes to the plate. Cut on and missed. Really nice pitch that time, John, by Carson.
Yeah, that was a beautiful breaking ball. Started at the hitter's front shoulder and ended up going all the way below the zone for a swing and miss for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 7th inning. Carson Fagan, the pitch. Cut on the miss, the Wildcats win! Oak Ridge wins! Oak Ridge wins the ball game by a final score of 8-4, and that ends the season of the Green Hill Hawks, and the Wildcats are in the final 4 of the state of Tennessee. Congratulations to the Wildcats. Back-to-back wins at the state tournament for the first time in school history.
Yeah, it's a great sign here from the Oak Ridge Wildcats. As of right now, we got one step further than we did last year, but I have a feeling tomorrow against Clarksville, David, is going to be a slugfest.
Yeah, I would think so. Let me get Jeff Henderson down here. I wanted to talk to him about. He's was a member of that 1972 team. Good, Jeff Henderson. He's very familiar with radio. He's done a lot of radio in his day, but I wanted to talk to him about a couple things. See Aiden Hawkins out of the gym, and let's get Jeff Henderson in here. You're no stranger to radio. I know you've done a lot of this, but what I want to talk to you about, a couple things. First off, 2 big wins for the Wildcats after a kind of a disappointing loss last night to Clarksville. Talk about what you've seen today in the last 3 games the Wildcats have played.
Well, it's such a tough loss yesterday, David, that those are hard to get over on just one sleep. But I thought Oak Ridge played with great poise today. Swung the bat really well, and they needed to because Green Hills was coming as the game went along. But I was really impressed with Oak Ridge's effort today, and that they came out and had erased what happened yesterday, because the 5th inning was that one was hard to swallow.
Jeff, reason I wanted to talk to you, back in 1972, the Wildcats won their very first ever state tournament ball game, and you were a part of that team. What do you remember about that 71 and 72 team?
I wasn't on the 71 team. I know the 71 team won 2 games in the state. When we went in 72, at that time it was only a 4-team tournament. And in 72, you had Christian Brothers, you had MBA, and you had Johnson City. A couple of things that I remember about it is the way that Johnson City got there and the way that we got there. We had an outstanding baseball team. We had played DB earlier in the year, and I thought DB was the best team in the state when we played them. They pitched a pitcher 1 pitch too much in the region tournament against Johnson City. Johnson City, Science Hill protested and won the protest and got the state tournament. Wow. We were in the region tournament, and I believe we had a 1-run lead. I can't remember the inning, David, but I think Steve White was on the mound, and they had a hitter at the plate, and he got hit with a pitch that he did not try to get out of the way of, and the umpire called him back, put him right back in the box. The next pitch hit him again. He started down toward first, and the umpire brought him back again. And their coach, I believe his name was Ace Adams, he came out of the dugout, and he was just beside himself, just wild. They couldn't calm him down. Finally, the umpire had thrown him out, and he had stayed and stayed and stayed to the point where the umpire called the game. And that put us in the state tournament. That's the way half the field got there. So MBA wound up winning it. We won one game that year. We beat Science Hill in a loser's bracket. Lost to MBA, the eventual state champion, 5-0, I think, in the first game. And then Christian Brothers beat us in the finals of the loser's bracket. Put us at.
Wow. I mean, that was a heck of a way to reach the state tournament. I mean, you don't hear about things like that.
No. I haven't heard of anything like that since.
You know, as we go to tomorrow's game, Wildcats are in the Final Four in the state. You said there was only 4 teams back in your day. Got to play Clarksville, got to beat them twice to get to the championship ball game. At this stage in the tournament, everybody's got to be short on pitching, and
yes.
That's going to be the key tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely. I was wondering where Clarksville's probably in a little better shape because they played 2 games as opposed to 3, but still – everyone is short of their first 2 pitchers because most everyone's going to throw them enough to where they've got to have 3 days rest to come back, and there's not 3 days in between.
What keeps you coming back? I know you follow the football team, the basketball team, and baseball. What keeps you coming back after all these years graduating from Oak Ridge High School?
It's just Oak Ridge High School's always been in my family's blood and my blood. My uncles played there. My brothers played there. I had an opportunity to play there. And baseball is especially, that's the only sport that I played at the high school level, and it still means a great deal to me. And what Coach Free and this roster have done with this program is just amazing. Now, I'll tell you the same yarn I tell everyone, David. I was a sophomore in 1972, the last time that Oak Ridge High School went to the state tournament before Coach Free took us back last year. I was a sophomore. I didn't play a lick. The next year, my uncle, who was the head coach at that time,
Buddy Pope,
he inserted me into the starting lineup in center field, and I tell everyone, it took the program 52 years to recover from that.
That's funny. Jeff, I really appreciate it, and it's always good. You and your brother have been supporting Prep Radio. I know you're good friends with Alex, too, and we appreciate you all for helping us out. I know you've contributed to the baseball program to get them to this tournament, and we appreciate that. I know they appreciate that, and will you be back tomorrow?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be back tomorrow, David. We just appreciate what you and Alex and everyone does for us, the fans. I mean, David, you're the one. You're the stalwart. You're the Iron Horse. You're the one that's been here through it all, and I greatly appreciate what you and Alex and everyone does. And I should be thanking Coach Free rather than them thanking us, just for what he's done with the program, how well they play, how well they conduct themselves, and how well they represent the program that I care so much about. So.
Jeff, I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, David.
Jeff Henderson, member of that 72 Wildcat team that went to the state tournament. Wildcats have won 2 ball games today. We're waiting to speak to some current Wildcats. And even, hey, Blake, I never saw him play. If you think a little bit before my time, and here comes our first interview. It's going to be our workhorse today, Cy Stevens, who grinded out 6 quality innings and wins the ball game. Cy, have a seat here. Yeah. It is your birthday. I was not going to say that until the game was over. I didn't want to make any jinx, but Cy Stevens does join us. 18th birthday, I guess. Step up to the mic there. You had, a gutsy performance. I mean, you get to this stage, especially in the loser's bracket, you've got to come out there and pitch. And, we're going to play 2 games hopefully tomorrow, and you had to pitch all 6 innings. Talk about how you felt today.
Man, I knew going into it. I haven't pitched since the district tournament against Powell. I think that was game 2, I believe. So I haven't pitched in a while. I knew I was going to need to come up big because this is win or go home. I was really mentally prepared going into this game. Stepped out there. Velo felt good first inning, and just kind of went from there. You
had some big pitches to get out of the innings. And, nothing against Mikey yesterday, but, he couldn't sometimes kind of close the deal. You were able to do that. And, you had a couple of miscues in the field behind you. It didn't seem to rally you at all, really.
No, I just knew that I'm a pitch-to-contact pitcher, and I just pounded the strike zone. And whenever I got in a jam, I just worked out of it. Even though I got in a few jams a lot, like the fourth and the fifth, I got in jams, but I worked out of it.
So you're now 7-0 on the year, and I guess that's probably your final game as a pitcher at the high school level. You'll be playing Walter State next year. 2 games tomorrow, hopefully, against Clarksville. What can this team do to get those 2 wins and get to a state championship game?
I think less errors in the field. We made a lot of errors, and then we let it eat us up. We just need to fill up the strike zone and hit. We hit really good this last game.
Is this the best way to celebrate your birthday with a victory in the state tournament?
Man, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Si, I appreciate it. Good luck tomorrow, and hopefully we'll see you in the state championship game on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is Si Stevens. Let's see who's next. Looks like Parker's going to come in. Oh, wow. Back-to-back interviews, Parker. First of all, congratulations. I know, losing last night was tough. Put you in a situation where you have to pitch a lot of innings. And, what can you say about Si's performance? He just, kept grinding. I kept thinking Coach Free was going to take him out, but we needed him to pitch those 6 innings. Talk about his performance as you caught him.
Yeah, going into the game today, we knew Si had to go 120 pitches, and he was 2 weeks rested off his break. And still, he went out there, did his job, threw it in the zone. Was away from the zone a little bit early, but got out of some big spots right there.
Well, let's talk about, and then obviously Carson came in, closed the deal, Trice did. This Green Hill team, they just wouldn't go away. Every time, you'd get some runs, they would come storming right back. But it's kind of the resilience of your team. You always keep battling, and you had some big hits. Talk about that 3-run home run you had.
Yeah, I mean, we all say in the dugout over there, if Warren gets on base, then something's good about to happen. So Warren leans in there, gets a hit in the leg, and the least I could do for him is put a good swing on the ball.
I kept thinking the pitcher kept throwing over to try to get Witt one after, 10 or 12 times. And he was more concerned about that. He eventually hit Warren, and then you hit the home run. It should have been a little bit more concerned about you guys batting as opposed to Witt at first.
Yeah, I mean, he goes up there, tries, and the best way to leave a pitch up as a pitcher is to focus on the runners as much as possible. It always ends in something bad.
Tell me about tomorrow. Hopefully you'll win 2 ball games. Do we have enough pitching left?
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of guys left. We got a bunch left in the tank, and I think we got Peyton starting game 1, so he's going to give you a good outing no matter what. So we're going to go up there and shove.
Parker, I appreciate it. Good luck. It's not your birthday, but big home run for you, and good luck tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Parker Free. Looks like who's next? Looks like it's going to be Mikey Teasley. Going to step in here, and we'll get Mikey in here. Mikey, we wanted to talk to you. Was that yesterday or today? It seems like we play a lot of baseball games here, but big home run today. I was just talking to Si a moment ago, and Parker too. Parker's 3-run home run. This Green Hill team would just not go away. I mean, and Si, what a gutsy performance for him today. Talk about Si first.
Si, he's always been that way. He's a dog in every moment that we put him in, and he knows how to finish, and that's what he does. He gave us a good performance, and we just gave him good bats at the plate, and that's all we can ask for.
And you went deep once again. Parker went deep, and you put 8 runs on the board. You pitched last night a heartbreaking loss to Clarksville. I just asked Parker, we got to play 2 games tomorrow again against Clarksville. Do we have enough pitching to get over the hump and get to that state championship game?
Yes, sir. I think we have more than enough to get over it.
Talk about your performance last night.
I mean, I didn't have a bad performance. Could have been better.
I thought you pitched well, actually.
Yeah, I could have located more pitches, but the thing that broke it open for him is I threw him a slider up, and he just got his hands to it. And, I mean, that's big. He's going to Vandy, and he's a big-time player, so.
You were telling me something, I guess, before the game, maybe, I don't remember, we said it's like games. You've been talking all these major league teams. You're still committed to Tennessee. I mean, baseball, you love it, don't you?
Yes, sir, I do.
And what's it like being in the state tournament here? Last year, you won the 1 game, you lost 2. You've won 2 games. First time in program history we've won back-to-back games in the state tournament. How's that feel?
It feels amazing, but I know we're all out here giving it our all and leaving it all out on the field because that's all I can ask for out of my guys, and that's all Coach Free asked for out of us.
What are you going to have to do tomorrow to beat Clarksville twice?
Swing the bat, keep on hitting like we've been, and then just pitch or stay in the zone.
Mikey, I appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll hopefully talk to you on Saturday here for the state championship game.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mikey Teasley. Let's get Coach Free in here. Head coach of the Wildcats. And, Coach, I'll let you sit down here. First, I just want to talk about the gutsy performance tonight by your starting pitcher, Cy Stevens, on his birthday, on his 18th birthday. And, you know, losing last night obviously puts you in a hole, especially in the losers bracket where you're going to have to use a lot of pitchers to get to where you want to be, and that's the game on Saturday. Cy had to give you innings, and there was times he was in trouble. But as I said, you know, I kept thinking, they might want to pull him out. But you know your guy's best. You know what he can do. And like Parker just said to me, he's a dog. Yeah. And he's gonna give you that kind of performance. And were there ever times thinking, God, maybe we should pull him? Or was it, you know, knowing that you need to save your pitching for the 2 games tomorrow?
Well, 100%. We were about to pull him twice, but we just kept letting him try to find a way to work out of it. You know, we made a couple defensive mistakes to force us to stay in those things a little longer. But he, you know, when he had to make pitches, let's go back. He had bases loaded. We had that ground ball back to the pitcher that he made an error, and the bases got loaded, and then he went strikeout to end the inning. So then we were like, okay, well, then we came in, and Mikey hit a home run to give us a 5-1 lead at the time. Then they cut it 5-3. He came back out and was able to fight through and get us in. Then Parker came in and hit a 3-run homer, you know. So then those big swings in there will allow us to, you know, roll the dice a little bit, per se, to give him a chance to make it through 6 innings, right? And he did. He made it through 6 complete. Then Trice came in. Once again, we should have been out of that inning without using all his, but we saved him. That's why I pulled him at the end. He had 16 pitches to throw. He threw all 16 pitches. Now he's available tomorrow to go again. You know, and Carson threw 4, so we got him available to go tomorrow. And so, you know, we'll have Peyton Witter on the mound to start game 1 tomorrow. And you know him, he's a dog too. Mm-hmm. So that's what, you know, this team's built around a bunch of guys who just love to play and love to compete. And Cheeto this morning was 118 pitches that threw the whole thing and gave us a chance to get there at the end. So that's what it's going to take. Just like you said, it's going to take guys to throw complete games or 6 innings for us to make it. And if we keep one at a time, keep finding a way to win, we're going to have a chance at the end. Like, it's going to get there, and we're going to have a chance to win it at the end.
Green Hill. My voice is 3 games in 2 days. Yeah, Green Hill just wouldn't go away. I mean, the scoreboard. I mean, 8-4, but it just seems like they were in it the entire time, and everything was tense, even though you had the lead.
Yeah, they're good. They're a good offensive club. They've had a really good season. Credit to them. Coach has done a really good job. They've competed. You know, they really – and we played them last year, if you remember, down
in Alabama
Shores, and I think they put up about 10 or 12 on us. They really offensively played well, and that was on Cheeto last year. So it was they're a really good squad and a really good team. And luckily, you know, Cy was just really, really good for at least 5 of his 6 innings. He was really solid.
That Clarksville team you lost to last night, good team as well, good pitching. I don't know what they've got left. They only had to play 2 games, so they're probably in better shape pitching-wise than you guys. I don't know how deep they go, obviously, but you still got to beat them twice. And, I think your guys are made for that. I mean, they seem calm and collected and ready to go. And
just play the game, man. Just play it one at a time. Just keep hanging around and keep giving ourselves a chance, and those things will take care of it itself when it gets there. So we just got to continue to play. We got to continue to compete. And, you know, Peyton, you know what we're going to get tomorrow. He's going to compete, and he's going to come at you with everything he's got, and he's going to give our team a real chance to win tomorrow, and I believe that.
Program history, 2 games, 1 at the state tournament. You know, back in the old days, the first round of the tournament was kind of that regional tournament. But here in the single site for the state tournament, 2 wins in a row, another program record for Oak Ridge. And you've just been racking those up this year.
Yeah, it really has been incredible. It's remarkable. Credit to the kids. I mean, it's all about them. They've done everything that you can imagine. I mean, we've set every record that is imaginable this year, and I'm excited to watch them go, but, you know, ultimately they don't care about that. We don't talk about that. They just keep talking about what are we going to do to win tomorrow, and they can't wait to get out here and compete again. Man, I'm excited to watch them. That's why I keep telling them every single day, because I think one thing our community, we kind of started to take for granted that, you know, we're just going to do it, but don't ever take winning for granted, and don't ever forget to celebrate it when it happens, because doing what we're doing right now is really, really, really hard, and credit to those kids who love to compete.
Coach, I appreciate it. Good luck. Congratulations on the 2 wins today, and good luck hopefully 2 more wins tomorrow.
And we need to just dismiss school and get all of Oak Ridge High School and all community down here tomorrow for 2 o'clock, and let's really make history. Let's find a way.
Hey, your principal's been here the whole time.
The
Maybe
whole way.
he can do that. He's
exactly.
probably got that power to do
Let's
that.
get them here, man. Let's do it. Everybody needs to come on. We need as many people here tomorrow and get behind us, and let's see what we can do. Let's go make history.
Coach, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Wildcats win 8-4. They win 6-1 earlier against Blackman. That about does it here. I wasn't able to run down the statistics, but the most important statistic is the Wildcats won 2 ball games today. They're in the Final Four in the state of Tennessee. We saw Blackman get eliminated by the Wildcats. We've seen Green Hill eliminated by the Wildcats. 4 teams left battling for a state championship. John, you any final comments before we close it out?
Let's go Wildcats. Roll, Wildcats, roll.
Thank you, John. Appreciate your good work today, and Blake Woody once again. Our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School baseball will be tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 o'clock Central Time. Oak Ridge taking on Clarksville, hopefully in a doubleheader to get to the state championship game. For Blake and John, this is David Clary saying, so long, everybody.